Hello everyone, welcome to the Scheme Team podcast. I'm joined by Caitlin.
Hello.
Say hello. Josh in there.
That and the Beatons.
And Shannon.
Hello.
This week we're going to be talking about music. We're going to be talking a lot of shite as usual. Maybe bring up a pedo. You never know this week. It's been a couple of weeks on the trot now that we brought pedos up, so you never know.
Now,
Get a pedo count.
Aye.
did three.
Oh.
I think we've had three.
We've three pedos so far, so music seems like the right area.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
But that,
Out of them.
our average is currently one pedo a week. So
Yeah. Right, so we'll just jump right in. Well, actually, first, I've got something to show everyone.
So exciting.
Well, it's my birthday, right, anyway. And I got lovely presents from Caitlin, which I've already shown. About a month early. And this Holly painted me this lovely image a fair few months ago. Possibly a year, I don't know. But she painted me this.
Oh my god. I love it. It's a big fat monkey.
Monkey.
Oh my god.
Okay.
She's done so well. That's
Look
so
at it,
good.
it looks so realistic.
God. Do we
That's what I'm
honest?
saying.
Look at it go. I
I
love
know.
that it's got three hats. Amazing.
Tried
Three
it.
big mommy milkers.
Anyway. That's
Like
it.
Polly.
So we'll start off with your top 5 artists of all time. If you can give 5 music art or artist band, whatever you want to call them.
Oh.
Oh.
And we're gonna start with
Of all time.
Oh.
of all time or at the moment, just whatever.
Right at the moment, right.
Yeah, just whatever. Right, we'll go with Caitlin first because she's right next to me on the screen.
Hey. How do you want me to present them? You want me to just say them all one after the other? Or?
Ooh, do you want to give them ratings or do you just want to rhyme them off? Whatever suits better.
Give them
I think
ratings. 10, 10, 10, 10.
No, like first being the best and 5 being
Ah,
still the best to you, but like,
right.
or do you want to just list them out and then we can discuss further?
Okay. Okay, I'll just say them then.
Yeah, just that.
5 Seconds of Summer.
Okay.
Lil Peep.
No, I knew it.
Oh god. Oh god.
Hollywood Undead.
Who?
Oh yeah. Forgot about them.
Oasis.
We're right into them.
Oh, yes, interesting.
Good Charlotte.
Good
Okay.
choice.
The anthem.
I fancied them when I was
That's a
younger.
bit, yeah. That's a left field choice. I
That
wouldn't
is a
expect
left
good
field
Charlotte.
choice.
But they're good.
There's my 5.
Was that
That was a very interesting 5.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Oasis in there, but I didn't think you held them in such high regard.
Oh,
Put them in your
aye.
top 5.
Yeah.
I fucking love Liam Gallagher. Like, he is a fucking legend.
I love Liam Gallagher, right, but I hate the cunts that pure suck his knob.
Aye, as
Like,
I
oh, he's like got like all
extreme.
this shit.
He's not
Get
a
hats
god.
and dark fruits.
He's not a god.
One of my pals is like that. One of my best mates in the world, but I got to admit, he just fucking sucks the Gallagher's knobs harder than anything.
Are you
in the
gonna
world,
expose
man.
who it is?
No.
No names.
Well, he probably won't listen anyway, but I'm still want to hold his credibility.
I'd laugh if he did
You're
listen to
busily
this and he
listening,
just
stay away
messages
from
you going, you prick.
He probably will if he does, but so do you want to discuss it further, boys? 5 sauce. Do you want to pick that, or should we wait till
Aye.
later on? Should we get all
Let's
the?
do the 5 then.
Should we-
Right, aye, let's just
Let's get
discuss them all,
the
and
5.
then we can be like, you're gonna say it.
We'll get the 5s out of the way, and then we'll discuss.
Uh-huh.
Right, we'll go with
5s?
Josh.
Okay, right. Mine aren't in any particular order. Right.
Okay,
Fake Lyra.
Of course. of
strong
course.
one. Yeah.
Predictable. Linkin Park.
Mhm.
Chow. Kendrick Lamar.
Ooh,
Then-
good one.
Two that I've really got into recently, Vince Staples, his new album's banging if you haven't heard it, go. And I've got right into Madonna recently. Like, really into Madonna.
Love it.
No,
Love it.
I've actually
Fair
no
enough.
idea why. I've no idea. See, like, now you do like your
She does have
Spotify-
bangers. Let's not
No,
lie.
she does. But see, like your Spotify end of year thing, right?
Aye.
See if I wouldn't be surprised Madonna's in there in the top 5. Just, and I've always liked Madonna tunes, but for some reason recently I've just getting right on board with Madonna.
Feeling like
She's got good tunes. There's nothing.
She's got good tunes, man. I was singing it before we came on there.
Yeah, you were
quite
what was
a
it?
scary looking woman, but
Yeah, she's like I think it's just like a Prince Charles situation. She's like looks like she's close to the grave.
they're just
Aye.
pumping out with things.
Aye,
Keeping her going.
keeping her alive. Pump out more tunes.
They have to, man. No one else is going to adopt Africa.
Oh no, well, no, Angelina Jolie's pretty close.
Oh, well, true.
Aye.
I know. She's taking over. She's the new Madonna.
Jesus Christ. Right,
Yeah, there was a big
Shannon.
phase where celebrities were dating that man. They're not really dating anymore. They just,
Oh.
Maybe they did
No,
it and they're just not telling you.
Nah, exactly. Just do it in
Yeah.
silence.
aye, true. The better way.
Right, Shannon, your top 5. Go on.
My top 5. Fuck.
Mm.
Right, Busted, 100%. I fucking love a wee bit of Busted. Although I haven't actually listened to them in fucking ages. Because I don't like their new stuff. Only their old stuff, like when they broke up. Like before they broke
Aye,
up.
before yeah.
Before they broke up. They have a wee bit of some groovy tunes now, but no enough. I'm right into The Neighbourhood as well as being a fave.
I've heard of
Forever.
them, but I can't remember.
Maybe not forever. They've only been about since like 2013, but aye, The Neighbourhood, absolutely class. I'm right into somebody called Anis now. I found him on TikTok. He's got a beautiful voice. Turns out he has a lot of music. So I'm really into that now. And then a guy called Aries. Do you know him? He used to do like, I don't know how to describe it, kind of more like hip hoppy rappy stuff before, but
Mhm.
now he's going into like pop rock punk sort of thing.
Yeah.
I fucking love it with like the hip hop twist. Amazing. Right into that now. Aries, and last one, Simple Minds.
Oh.
Just love Simple Minds.
That was an interesting one. That.
Yeah.
The last one.
That
That
was very interesting. That was very different from the rest of us, I would say. Right, I'll go for my top 5. So it's because I could do it the way I would do it is like top 5 bands and then rapper. I would keep them all separate because I've got
Yeah,
top 5
it's like
and
hard,
everything.
isn't it?
Same. I could do that as well.
Mhm.
But
I missed out a lot of good people I listen to now.
same,
Yeah.
I've already thought of one that I should have added.
Right, I'll go Arctic Monkeys,
Choice.
Kanye West. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, Kanye.
Old
Kanye
Kanye.
West.
Old Kanye.
Old, never mind. I'm not getting it now. Biggie Smalls,
Yes.
Notorious B.I.G. Fuck it. What was the name? I had it in the top of my head. Stone Roses
Mhm.
is one.
Yes.
Is that 3?
Right.
4.
Wait, you're counting on your
I
fingers?
can't. But I'll open my hand and I lost count.
Oh, right.
Well, I think that's 4.
Oh, what did you say?
Right.
You said Arctic
Aye,
Monkeys,
Arctic
Stone
Monkeys,
Roses.
Kanye West, Stone
That's
Roses,
Big IG.
Biggie. Yeah.
Yeah, one more.
Oh. Who've been listening to recently?
I mean, we are humped if we can't count to 5.
Donna
Chris.
Summer.
Does
Donna
Frank
Summer?
Ocean no exist then?
Oh no, Frank Ocean! I forgot of him.
What,
See,
just
I-
before we
Oh,
started?
no. I was literally before the podcast. I was literally like, I love this man. Like, he will sing about like sucking dick and whatever, and about boyfriends, and I'll sing those words.
You're like, some chant on him.
Aye.
Like, I fucking
boy.
love these tunes.
I knew somebody was going to do that. They're going to forget one because I was sitting there and when Shannon said his voice, and I was like, Gambino. How
And
can
there's
I picture this
fucking
Gambino?
Tyler the Creator as well. Fuck.
Oh,
Five is not enough.
yeah.
5
Oh,
isn't
my
enough.
God.
We missed
It's just
it way
5.
too many.
It's 5
Yeah,
folks we
there's
like,
no-
Too
right?
many. Mhm.
Mate, we'd be here for like 4 hours if we were fucking doing them all, but
I know.
oh, we're late, man.
No. No more.
Do you want to discuss any surprising ones here, or talk about theirs? I've never heard of what they call The Neighbourhood. Never heard
Really?
of them.
Oh, the neighborhoods are good.
The Neighbourhood
Like,
are
them,
good.
I feel like I've heard one of their
Uh,
songs.
Sweater
I'll have to look it
Weather, probably.
Sweater Weather
That's
is
it,
a
that's
very
it.
popular one.
Aye, that's the one I've
Um,
heard.
But I mind, because the thing is, with like neighborhoods, there was this boy I used to see and he used to be right into fucking 1975.
Was he
And
a-
he used to, he was like a pure horny
Oh.
for that wee Matty cunt.
Oh, fuck. Like,
Aye.
no.
I'll save my opinion on him for later on.
I can already picture this man, this boy.
He like had the same hair and all sorts, right?
Oh,
quite a
Shannon.
nice boy, but quite a nice boy. But anyway, we've got bad blood with each other. But mostly because, well, on my side, mostly because he used to always be like, oh, the 1975 pure, no, the neighborhood pure copy of the 1975, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, excuse me, I fucking seen an interview with that wee Matty cunt, and he said he explicitly copied the neighborhood. We seen, know how they done all that black and white stuff? They like only done everything in like black and white, their fucking pictures and all their music
Yeah.
videos. That was because the neighborhood. because the neighbourhood only done everything in black and white. So get out there.
Fuck you, Matty Healy!
I don't think we
I
need to
know.
discuss anyone else's. Should we just move on to the next couple question?
Yes.
Right. This is going to be quite hard, I know. 3 favourite songs right now. What you listen to most at the moment? What's your favourite songs
Oh.
of the moment? Even if it's all time, it can be, but
And
Oh,
just
I'll
at the
stick
moment.
I've got an all-time one, but it's separate for the
I will.
three right
I will
now.
save. We'll save that one for after then.
Aye, cool.
So I'll go first. Three favourite songs at the moment probably are still Frank Ocean in My Room. It's a class song. Love it.
Is he?
I wish he was.
Give me a friend.
I've been listening to a lot of old songs, a lot of 50s and 60s tunes because of fucking Caitlin played through the Mafia and she kept sending me songs. And I was like, this just makes me want to listen to it more.
The Chickens tune is a banger, right?
Aye,
The Chickens
that's,
tune is a banger.
ain't nobody here but his chickens is a fucking tune. But the
Yes.
only reason I continuously listen to it is because I can imagine a Scouser singing it. Ain't nobody here but us chickens. Fucking chickens. And all that shit. I just now listen to it and I giggle inside. So it'd be Frank Ocean in My Room. It'd have to be The Wanderers because of the film.
You're welcome.
And what's the most recent? It's what's his name? Blind plays piano.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
No, actually blind.
Superstitious.
No, actually
Is
blind.
it superstitious? What,
Aye.
is he superstitious man? Superstitious man.
Yeah. No.
We
That's
go
Suspicious Minds.
Aye, that's Elvis, fuck's sake.
Fuck me, man.
Funny.
All right, Caitlin, on you go.
Top 3 that I'm listening to right now.
At the moment.
For fuck's sake, right. I'll go backwards so you don't slag me right off the bat. Innocent as Hell by a band for Easter House called Scheme.
Oh yeah.
Cotton Candy by Youngblood. And Not in the Same Way by 5 Seconds of Summer.
Right. We'll discuss
To be honest, I
the.
like a wee bit of 5 seconds of summer.
No way.
Okay. They're a bit fun. They're a bit like getting shoulders going, you know.
I feel better
As
now.
I'm walking out the place.
I feel better now.
Walking over, I've turned it off.
Aye. Aye.
See you later.
Right back to the couch.
Unplug the jukebox.
Aye.
Just wasted £1 on that song.
I hate a lot of you.
I would rather 5 seconds of summer over Young Bloods.
Young Blood's a
I'm not
bit
like
annoying.
fan.
Fucking
Youngblood.
hate Youngblood.
Like, not
Reminds
even
me of-
just his music, I think it's him personally.
Yeah,
Man,
Have you
it's
seen-
like,
I'll
he's
give you
trying to
the
play on the working class thing too much, and it's like, you went to private school.
Yeah, I'm from Doncaster. Oh, fuck off, you cunt, man.
Do you see the video of him? He was doing a show for
You
Radio 1.
might.
And it was obviously a song was playing, so the producers obviously tried to talk to him to tell him what they're doing next, and he's just sitting there, not listening to a word she's saying, just dancing away, knowing that the song's coming to the end, and the woman just goes, "Did you get any of that?" And it's like, you're so patient. I'd been in there, I grabbed them, because we know as
Listen to me.
producers, if they don't listen, see you fucking fucking listen. You gotta shout out at these people. You gotta do it fucking well. Now sit down and behave yourself.
Hey, Josh,
seems like-
what's your top 3
maybe
at
he
the
was
moment?
off his meds.
What you mean?
Oh,
He's got what's it called? Severe
It-
ADHD.
Oh, fucking, so what? Fucking, I'm probably ADHD, and most of my pals are ADHD. They don't act like cunts.
I meant the bouncing off the walls. I didn't mean that.
I know, maybe
Christ.
it's probably just a bit too much. I think
I've seen him live.
Scottish
and it was
people as a
fucking
whole
phenomenal.
are very miserable.
Aye.
British people as a whole are very miserable.
Aye, can I be fucked with
So
a bit
we're
of
like,
happy?
why the fuck are you being? Why are you so happy? What have you got to be happy about? You know what I mean? Like, fuck you. Be
What's
miserable like the
about
rest of us.
Oh, I know, I'm the
I
same.
don't want to dully sparkle, but you know what I mean. Just does my nothing.
I just wish he would own that he is a middle class boy and not
Aye, I
a
know,
working class
exactly.
boy. You know what I mean? Just own it. You already are. We're not going to say anything about it.
Nobody cares that much. It's like you'll be gone here and gone within a few years.
Exactly.
Anyway, Josh, your top three at the moment.
Top
Back
three
on topic.
at the moment. Are You With That by Vince Staples off his new album. Fucking, I've plugged it already, but if you haven't heard it, go listen to it. It's a song called Talk About by I just literally looked it up and then forgot. It's a wee dancey track. It's a wee dance number. I heard it on Clyde one the other day and I just fucking love it. And I can't Talk About by Rain Radio and DJ Craig Gorman. It's a fucking
Oh, I know that song. Aye.
talk about prayer. I just love it. It's a vibe, man. It's an absolute wee vibe. And a third one, that I'm into the new. It'll probably go with the band Manskin that won Eurovision.
Yeah.
I wanna be a slave.
It's a good song.
It's a fucking bop.
I don't like
was
the TikToks that now. Have you seen the TikToks recently? And it's like
See, there's
a guy and a girl, and it's never like, I don't like.
Chris, you're being a bit sus.
Yeah, it's never like. It's always the fucking trolls that are doing it. You know what I mean? Like.
No, I've not got a fucking clue.
Cal the Dragon.
No, I'm very confused. I don't know what's going on. I don't even really know the
What
song.
does Cal the Dragon have to do with
checking
this?
You
Cal
struggle.
the Dragon does it.
You
I didn't want to get cancelled.
They really struggled to string that sentence together, and then went. Do you
I
get
was
me?
like, yeah.
Gave us half a sentence and went.
I didn't want to get
You get me?
cancelled.
On TikTok, there's a guy and a lass saying Cal the Dragon, do you know what I mean? What?
That's exactly what he said.
Let's just move past this.
We're all sitting here now with a big fucking.
Shannon, what's your top three? Shannon, go on.
Top
At the moment, yes, at the moment.
top three at the moment. I'm right into like I said, that Anis. He's got one called "Drunk on Myself" and it's absolutely class. And Aries again, "Kids on Molly." It's like a wee, it's like a wee punk one. It's like I was going to sing. I'm not going to. And was that wee white boy? But he doesn't sound right.
RD, Grime, are we talking?
Kid Leroy.
H.
Kid Leroy. Tell me why. Is that
Look at you,
Oh,
mate.
that's
Tell me
not
why
true.
I'm nothing but a heartbreak. Tell me why.
For anybody questioning that, isn't that song, right? Just-
Yeah, that's just what we jumped to.
But that is a better song.
Yeah, it's a better song.
It is a better song.
No, I could have thought of so many other tunes there. Dude. Like when everyone was speaking, I just had tunes like in my mind. I was like, oh, you never said that. Like one that really popped up was Tyler the Creator Puppet. I fucking love that tune. Off
I just love
Ego.
Tyler, the Creator.
Oh.
I had
I
to
remember-
unfollow him back in the day off of Instagram though because he kept putting semen in his pictures. Like he'd have like a photo of shoes and just have like fake cum on it. And I was like,
Yeah.
every time I went on Instagram, I'd be like, fucking pure weighty.
It's just a wee
So I
bit
don't
of
follow him, and I've not followed him since. Just scared to. Terrified of it.
I know. I think artists shouldn't be allowed that much free reign.
That's why they'll have PR people.
Yeah, they're just like, oh yeah, fuck it. You know what I mean? Just do it. Yeah, let's come all over shoes.
Oh my goodness. I
These
see,
are so
like,
sick. I'm gonna blow a load on them.
oh, mine there was like a thing he was like going out with
Oh, we were talking about that before. Jaden
the
Smith.
son. Jaden Smith. I believe that. I was like, yeah.
Nah.
It's fucking Tyler Creator. I don't believe
He
I'm
just does that to fuck with the media, I think. I mean,
Oh, right.
if he's gay, he's gay. You know what I mean? I'm not going to change my opinion on him or stop listening to him. Like,
I think
do you know
he'd
what I
try
mean?
getting. I think he's like,
Aye.
go for it.
What is that pansexual on it? You would just ends
Yeah.
fucking up for grabs on it.
But I think so. Yeah, no,
Let's
fantastic.
not,
Actually,
let's not get into
falling
that. Let's not get into that. Let's not get into it, please.
That's more of when Holly's here because she can correct us if
Yes.
we're wrong.
Aye, there we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll move quickly
Look at the
past that
sense
topic,
picture in.
and we're gonna get a bit deeper here, boys. A bit deeper, you know.
Oh, for fuck's
Ooh.
sake.
Bit deep. Like,
Nope.
songs that have hit you hard, that have either had a major impact on your life or it's, you know, shit like that.
Oh,
You say the song came out or came on at a time and you're like, hey, related to a situation or whatever. You know, could be anything.
Mm.
Whether it's life, love, or death. To bring the tone right fucking down.
I mean, you see the fact that you phrase it as hit hard, we're not going to be like, oh, I remember I was so happy this song
No,
hit
it
me hard.
could be so happy. Like if it's a song, just a song that makes you buzzing or whatever. Like anytime you hear it, or it makes you sad, or it brings back memories. Just like it has a deeper meaning to you.
Like when you hear a wee song and you're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it's again.
Yeah, shit like that. It just whatever.
Yeah.
It can be anything. Doesn't have to be sad. Doesn't have to be whatever. But we'll start with Caitlin on you go, because you're literally on right next to me on the screen.
For the same reasons last time. Well, I thought I'd moved. So song and a reason.
Yeah.
Right, okay. My Way, Frank Sinatra.
Oh, fucking belter.
It is.
Yes, but
And
consensus not for a good reason.
oh yeah, death is always a happy fucking.
Yeah.
When I was in, fuck knows what year of school was I in 2015? 6th year, 5th year, 5th year. I was in 5th year.
6, no, 5
No,
years.
I was in 5th year. Then
I left in 2015, so 2015 was my last year.
it was my second last year, so I was 5th year. Fuck's sake, you're old.
I mean, I was in class at 213, no. 213 I would have been class.
Right, Caitlin, get your story out.
Aye. So I was doing higher drama. I was doing Nat 5 drama, and we had the drama exam, and I had to get it postponed because my granddad died. And
Fair enough, aye.
he fucking loved all the like Bing Crosby and Dean Martin and all that shit, right? And he loved Frank Sinatra. And we happened to be doing this play and drama, and it was I can't fucking even remember it. I just remember there being paintings in it. I think we were cleaners in an art gallery. I don't know, right?
That classic.
Is this in the show?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh,
right, okay, I was confused.
No.
I was like, did she just start telling a different story in between this story?
No.
Alright, Caitlin, I was listening. I knew. I was
Thanks,
listening.
Josh. We were
so that was in the show.
we were like cleaners in an art gallery, and there's a scene where one of them shouts up asking for milk, and I have to shout back, and then she comes up, and apparently I think maybe there's like a statue. Maybe it was Frank Sinatra, I don't know. But we all have to lean against what clearly isn't a statue because we're a fucking school in Gaspont, we can't afford shit. And we had to sing.
Just a drama teacher like that.
We had to sing. Imagine.
Hey, no.
Let's not.
Hey,
Let's
steady on, right? Let's not. It's a story about death.
we had to sing Frank Sinatra. Like we'd rehearse. We all had to sing Frank Sinatra, and I was like, I physically cannot sing Frank Sinatra, right? I mean, my granddad literally just got planted last week, and you want me to be singing Frank Sinatra, which was played not once, but twice at his funeral. And I was like, I'm not doing it, and they're like, you don't sing it, you don't pass, you don't do higher.
That's so bad.
I was like, you bastard. I had to do it. I had to do it.
So bad. Pure singing.
No.
That is so bad.
I can listen to it now, cracking song. I mean, I done it, and
it's
I went in, and I done
great
higher,
song,
and I
aye.
passed higher, but that's besides the point.
I would
Aye,
have
there was
take the whole way through it.
a bit situational. They could have handled that a bit better, but
I like, okay, why
that's the
don't you
Scottish
sing
school system for you?
a different fucking artist for that time? Like, why
Yeah,
do
it could have been anyone.
Gives a wee bit of Volare or something? No, it has to be Frank.
Poor
But aye,
Terrible.
school,
Terrible.
don't come for me, right?
Yeah.
Don't
Aye.
come for me. But that was
Them
cunty.
fucking affecting your mental health.
No wonder I'm depressed, man.
Fucking Cashmore Pie fucked me, or whatever it's
I
called.
did not go to Castmilk High. Don't be incriminating cunts. I went to the other
Correct
school in
yourself right now.
Castlemilk.
Yeah. Right,
That's
Josh, when you go.
Okay, I had one that it was quite similar to Caitlin's, so I'll pick a different one. Mine's is more an album rather than a song. It's a full
Well,
album.
it could be whatever.
I can't even pick a song off it, but there's a Dutch DJ duo yellow colour, right? And I can't even define the genre of dance because it's all fucking all over the place, but they're good. And in 2018, when we were leaving college in the HND, I went through quite a shit time. Right? I was very, very not happy with my personal life, and every time I listen to this album, I just get memories of walking George Square, and then memories of walking along that corridor to the radio class, and it being fucking roasting and me sweating my balls off. Just being like, I don't want to be here, I want to be in my fucking bed, this is
Aw.
shit. But then because of a dance, it was really weird because I quite dancey and I'm walking about pure slumping like that. Oh, fucking. I've got to go. Now I've got to go and do a graded unit. Fuck's sake! Don't want to fucking do it. I'd sit in my laptop and do nothing.
Oh.
Your chin's
There you go.
blaring.
Ah!
Good boy. Good boy.
That must have been.
He's not even get his jammies on the night.
Oh, I don't. I just,
That must have been the
stop
fucking.
bastard.
That'd have been the time that we were sitting at the back of the class and we were bonding over the fact that we both get diagnosed with depression, wasn't it? Do you remember that? You literally just sparked up a
It meant nothing to
conversation
me,
with me
Caitlin.
about.
I remember sitting. It was the same time we sat up there playing games on your laptop all day.
Aye, because mind, I was doing
Like,
I was doing
we
that
both got
documentary
depression.
section.
I was good that
Remember?
time, though.
But remember in my
Aye.
graded unit, I was doing a section on it where I was talking about
So
depression
you were,
because I
man.
just get
I
diagnosed.
thought, was your
I'm
whole
sure.
thing though
No.
about depression?
I done mine on
No, we
fucking,
done a whole show.
Stress and that, and it was fucking stressful. That's what was stress that I was going through. It wasn't really the
Oh, no, that
depression,
was
it was more just stress and shit was fucking me over, man. I
Aye,
felt
anxiety.
fucking horrendous, man. And I had to change my graded unit. And see, be honest, see if it wasn't for Gregor, I'd have probably left that class. I had my email written and everything. 3 weeks away from doing my graded unit. I was ready for walking out that class. I was like, I can't do this. I'm never going to do it.
Obviously.
I had a full
was like, I
magazine
can't.
show today. I was having a mental breakdown, knowing there's no way I can do this.
Yeah.
And then it was Gregor's like that, just speak to Roddy and change it. I'm like, I can't. Can you imagine his face? I say I want to change my entire grade unit. He's like, just speak to him, and I did. And he was
Roddy was the best, but
not that he wasn't happy, but you could tell in his
no
face he was a bit.
understanding.
Then I done it. I managed to somehow drag this out my arse. I've absolutely no idea how I managed it. And then I done, and to quote him, the most honest evaluation he's ever read.
Oh, good.
In it, I said that I think it was something along the lines of I was willing to sacrifice, just take the B, than try and push on with what I was going to do and fail.
Oh, good.
Because I knew I was never going to do it. I knew
Did
there
you
was
get a B?
Respect.
no, I got an A.
Whoa.
Got an A, and I
That's
got,
really good.
got an A and a really high score and everything. Obviously, I lost marks on my show not being what I said it was going to be in the planning stage. He was still like, remember he said, he screwed down to the bottom and went, so you tell up, you've got an A, and I actually went, oh, I've got an A.
Oh,
Then I left college and then done absolutely fuck up with that A, but that's not the point.
That's
Aye.
the point. The A was obtained.
Aye,
The A was obtained.
you're here now, you're
you
making
ever
a
want to be-
podcast.
I know, the A was
Exactly.
obtained through weeks and weeks of stress, but we fucking got there.
Right,
All I'm
after
saying,
that,
guys, is don't have a breakup before your graded unit. It will not end fucking well. All I'm saying.
Yep.
Don't do that.
Uh-huh.
right, let's move on. Hope Shannon has a happier
I know.
story since we're all depressed.
I am not going to do the sad one. I'm not going to do the sad one. But there is one. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. You Meet at Six, Finders Keepers. It makes me feel heavy nostalgic, but the only well, the first memory that I can relate to it, that I always go back to when I'm like feeling nostalgic, is literally just sitting on the couch and watching the music video on like fucking I don't know, like the box or something. And I was
Kerrang!
like, yeah, it was Kerrang. It was fucking Kerrang, and it was a music video. And every time I hear that song, I just go back to that one memory of me sitting on my couch watching the music video and be like, I pure love him.
I've got
And
a
that
lot
was
of
it.
memories like that though. I remember watching music videos when I was in Ibiza like years and years ago, and it was German telly because at the time it was mostly just German families. So I was seeing music videos like way before they came out in Britain and all that, and then they eventually came out. I was like, I've heard this before, and I like still remember them to this day. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Fucking class.
I remember
memories
like
are heavy and mad.
I remember when I first got into like grime and that and listening to Channel AKA it was called. It was one where you could It was like
I was like,
it's like Stars. You
You
could
could text in.
you text in and request a song and shit like that, man.
oh, I love Channel AKA, man.
Channel
They always-
AKA
People used to always
Stars
put them
and
on
Scuds.
it, yeah.
Aye. We used to do it when we were wee guys, put it on
Aye.
and text in like, it popped up and there's like 23M looking for F or something.
ASL.
I remember when we what age would I have been then? We were under 19s and we just won the league and all the cups and all that. We'd won like a treble and we went back to it was when my dad owned his bar, his sports bar. We went all back there, right? And we were all because we'd all turned 18 by this point. We were most of us, and we were filling up the cups with like one cup was full of Venom, one cup was full of Cheeky Vimto. The inside of them they're still stained. We've still got them downstairs. They're still stained with green and purple. And we put on Stars TV and we were all texting in like, "Won the Buffs champions" and all that. we got a group photo taken. We put it in as well, and then because of how wee it is, you can't really see it. But then we realised one of the other boys in the background fucking scanted the picture in the background. I just wee bare white arse it. But because the picture it's so
bear.
small. It's so small and such a shite quality you couldn't really see it. But
It
fucking.
just looks like a wee white heat.
A polar bear just peeking out.
It's just a wee baldy guy in the team, no?
Baldy guy with a scar right down his face.
Oh, I can smell it.
I can smell it out. I've not even seen Twilight.
No, again.
Oh,
You shag
Sorry.
man.
sorry, Chris. Go.
Right, anyway, right, I'll go. I'll need to give you a glimpse, right? So the time's 2016. I'm a young man. I'm hitting my peak.
What?
I can't remember how
What?
it was.
The peak at what?
Just my peak at life, you know. Living
Your
young,
peak
wild,
at
and
it.
free.
I feel
Drinking.
like 2016 was everybody's peak.
You did not see me.
It was probably one of my better years, I would say. You know,
Yeah.
discovered Eckies, rattling them like fuck. Back in the days, a wee guy, whatever. Don't do that, by the way. And there was I was young, dumb, and in love. And at this time, the song was Frank Ocean, Forrest Gump.
Oh,
Even though he was singing about a boy. And still,
looks
just to
close
this
enough.
day, it just brings back so many memories of like being younger and like it's like that typical like summer love type
Aye.
thing. Like there was just so much going
Get
on
that
at
wee
times with
feeling in your
aye.
chest when you hear it. Aye.
And it's
Aw.
like I remember like being involved in some crazy romantic situations that I'll not divulge, but there was
Bagging in a field, bagging in a field.
there was three parties
I love
involved.
it.
You
Yeah,
dirty
many-
bastard.
No,
Yeah,
it was. It's not.
anything.
It wasn't a threesome. It was a triangle. Let's just say.
Oh, right. Ah, right.
Oh, yeah, didn't he win Caterpillar?
But aye, it just brings back. It's a good year, good memories, good time.
Oh, nice wee happy one.
Love it. I love it.
I was like, I wanted to like try and bring it up, and I could have gone depressing, but
Oh, sorry, all the tunes.
no,
I
I'm not saying the depression ones weren't good. They were all perfectly amazing reasons. So. Well, the reasons aren't good, but you know what I
I'm
mean.
not saying the depression ones weren't good.
No, you know what I mean.
Aye.
I'm just digging a hole, right? Anyway, we'll move on to a better part, a happier part. Gigs. Let's talk about gigs. Anyone experienced with putting gigs on and stuff like that?
All
Yep.
of us.
Oh,
Aye,
breaking
we've done a
records.
few.
Yeah, and we've all heard
Well,
the
we done
famous.
one, but-
I don't know how many times. Right, a bit of context if you don't know. I never went to college with any of these people. I kind of tagged in on the end. But the story I've heard the fucking most out about everyone is this nut story.
Ah,
I didn't even get to see them.
You
You
mean
fucking
this
had them before, but I
one?
didn't even get to see them.
I was like, where the fuck's Caitlin going? That gig
Look
right
at that
there, I've heard
poster,
so
man, I
many
love
fucking
it.
stories
The
about
guitar
it.
with wings.
Let me guess who done the graphic.
I kept it.
Who did?
Yours is in here
let me-
somewhere as well. I've still got mine but I moved house, so I've fucking.
I've still got mine, but they're in my old room.
It's in a box somewhere.
Still hanging
Yeah.
up.
So do you want to talk about talk briefly? Let's keep it.
Briefly,
You know.
right, so basically,
So just explain Because we can talk about this for ages.
Aye, we could. HNC radio, we had to put on a gig, right? For whatever reason. I had no radio fucking connections whatsoever, but we had to do a gig. And we were, me and Caitlin, I remember sitting in that class, we were fucking through Twitter trying to find. We got Jerry Cinnamon get mentioned at first, right? This was before he get any massive or anything, right? This was just before he get big. And we were like, nah, can't do Jerry Cinnamon, that'll be too much. And then we're scrolling through it, and Caitlin was like, does that say the snuts? What the fuck's a snut? we ended up messaging them. We seen they had a wee decent following, so we messaged them like, "You's up for playing this gig?" And they'd done it for like £75 plus a rider, and the rider was like a case of dark fruits, and that was it. That's for
Classic indie boys, classic.
No, they asked for. Aye, they asked for Bucky, but we
No,
said,
wasn't it?
no.
It was 60 quid, mate.
Oh, fuck,
60.
sorry, I'm gaining
60 quid.
I'm counting inflation, right? So 60 quid. Got to put the VAT on it.
Inflation.
So it was 60 quid, right?
I can't remember how
Then-
much I paid for bands.
They played, and then we got a band called Seaside Sun. They played for free. And then we had Up in Smoke that played. There's a side story about Up in Smoke that I'll
Yeah,
say
but
that
we'll just
another one.
focus on the main parts, yeah.
They done it for the same prices. I think they done it for about 50 or something like that. Right? Anyway, and then, so we done the night, and we gave like told us nuts. I said, "Oh fuck, that's my tickets I've got." And they came back to us a day later asking for them more tickets because they sold them all. They sold out in like a day because they had that big a following, and we broke what was it? Record for ticket sales, record for profit, record for money taken.
I
in.
used done the best.
Oi, the
I mean-
records, mate. Oi, the
The
records.
records. I won't lie,
All the
right? I
records.
won't lie. We had
All
a
the
I
massive
mean,
helping
I got
hand.
went to that gig.
Considering we spent no money on it. Speakers and drums were free. Riders were all donated. Alex made the sandwiches
Oh.
on a
Sandwiches.
on a 50p budget, and they were described
Oh my
as, I
God.
believe the boy from Seaside Sons called them tainted.
The tainted sandwiches.
That was it. That was
That's
the
cool
gig.
meeting them.
No,
That
no,
was
no.
good.
Do you not remember the Snuts were meant to bring amps and they couldn't get a
Oh,
hold
aye.
of them because
You
they
remember getting the
partied
band,
with
they
their
couldn't get
manager,
their
so we had to send Alex in a taxi.
Aye.
I don't mean to be rude, right? But I'm gonna have to pull a Shannon here. I need to go pee.
Oh,
Yeah, really bad. But while I'm away, why don't we talk about
Fatal Grips, if you go to Fatal Grips, you can get all sorts of stuff. Like wee grips, mostly, for your games and that, like your controllers, the wee grips you put on it. Because, like we've said in many things, you get wee sweaty fingers, and I've got wee sweaty fingers now, just for sitting, right? So, if you go to Fatal Grips and you type in Scheme Team in it,
Yeah.
you get 10% off. And they don't just do grips, they do other stuff, which is being described as gear. But we've already covered that. It's like t-shirts and that. Don't get too excited. So, what's that called? Support your small. Maybe not that Fatal Grips probably isn't a small business, but we are. So support us.
Aye, we're small.
Don't get us a pound.
I always kiss the
His
homies good
fucking
night.
cup.
But
His lordship.
Jesus Christ.
Speaking of mugs, Chris, you should get one. A Scheme Team one.
I'll be getting a scheme team. Don't you worry about it.
I need to get that on brand for next week for my cup of tea to have a.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
Okay.
I'm going to get a headset with Fatal Grips and put Scheme Team stickers all over it.
Ooh.
Ooh. Right, so where were we? We're talking about gigs we put on. We heard about the snuts. The snuts. I've heard
Aye.
so much fucking about the snuts in there.
It's like, and now every time they play like today. For
Every
the
time
Ice
they
Boats,
fucking
used
come
the song,
on.
They showed it. They played the song Glasgow at the start of the fucking the program, and I'm like, right, we've made them, right? Because just after they played their gig, they got massive.
The,
Right?
the snuts could.
And
could
I'm not
fart.
saying- I'm not saying- I'm not saying there's any correlation between our gig and them getting big, but there fucking was, and we'll do some money.
Listen.
The snuts couldn't fart without one of them being like, we made them. We made it.
Listen.
We did.
Listen,
It was in
I
June.
still have a copy of the interview that I done with the Snuts. And Holly actually has access to be
I've
talking
got a clip
to the
with it.
Snuts. So how about who wants the Snuts on? Maybe we can get the Snuts on our podcast.
Possibly. It could be
Maybe.
And while we're on the topic of guests, if there's anyone you would like to see in the podcast, comment in the
YouTubers, Twitch streamers.
Yes.
Bands.
Post in the comments below,
We'll
and
fucking
yeah, we'll take
press it on
suggestions.
that.
Any topic as well. You know, doesn't have to
Like
be
We've
range.
got a
You just
guest. As a guest appearance, it feels like you'd have to be one or two of us on it with them, because I think fucking 4 or 5 of us would just shout them down the whole time.
I know.
Well, that's what you
Wouldn't
need.
get a
That's where you
fucking
need kindness. You know, you need to let them speak, let them have their way. You know.
Ah,
That's
Chris,
fine,
you've
we
not
all
edited
did
the audio.
radio, and we're all fucking terrible because we all talk over each other.
I know.
Caitlin's
Because you use a fucking microphone that's
Caitlin and
plugged into
fucking
earphones.
Chris are the only ones that don't. Me and Josh are like,
Because professionals, right? Fucking professionals.
Yep.
Sorry, I
Just
like
get
the
too
noise.
Got it in
cancelling
one.
voice.
No, you and Josh definitely get too excited when you have a thought. You're like, oh wait.
It's
How
because if I
about
don't get out, it will disappear.
Yes! To say it then, like you're going
Well,
to
you
the
need,
magic
you need to
gone.
calm down. You need to calm down, boys.
Fuck you.
Right. Obviously, I've mentioned in a podcast before that I've had gig experiences. I've put on gigs through college.
Was it a snot spot?
I focus more in the kind of fucking Scottish grime genre. Worked with a few
Love
people
it.
and stuff like that.
Love it.
But yeah, that's a thing of the past. Now we're
Oh,
YouTubers now.
See, were you doing the thingy, the Scottish grime and that?
Yeah,
Have you been watching Rap Game?
nah.
Okay, it's got Oxy
I know,
on it.
I know OCB's in. I've never met him, never really spoke to him, so I can't really
Seems pretty
comment.
sick, man. Seems like a good boy.
I only know him from his MC tunes way back in the day, like
Oh.
Look,
Love
here
it.
we go.
Love it.
Over rave tunes, like I don't know. any of these.
I was never into shit like that unless it was a diss.
Aye, everyone loved a
Love
good diss
the
back in the day.
I
Your
know them
school
all
have a
by
diss?
heart. I know them all. Oh, really? Are we cousin done a diss? Are we okay?
School had a diss. And the best line from it was, Miss, our librarian, right, Miss Mitchell, you're a tranny, go back to being a Janny.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
Back in the day,
Jesus.
we literally, there was,
Right.
like, they get done for it. No, they get cancelled, man. Back
Yeah,
in the day.
obviously
Aye.
we support
Don't get done
transgender
that.
people.
We do. She was a nice woman.
Oh,
She
yeah,
was quite sound.
definitely.
But she was allegedly.
I know, that's just Wayne. This is Wayne shit, man. Like the stuff you make up in school. Some cunt
That's
made
why
up
I
and it
don't
was.
understand why teachers want to be teachers, because it's just going back to schools to get like bullied off of wins that you can't say it into. Like the amount of teachers I knew
remember
that
the
just
time-
got bullied.
aye.
They just got bullied.
Aye.
It's mad.
Was that one of our HE teachers was allegedly an alky.
Aye, there's always an alky, but
But
to
we
save,
got
hold on, to save more editing, let's just not go down this road because we're going
But you were
off
the one
completely.
moaning.
I know,
Yeah,
Anyway.
you were the one moaning, Josh. So we'll move past this, right? Back to gigs. Hate to be that cunt, but we need to get back on fucking topic, boys. Come on.
Normally you and all, but
I admit I'm usually quite bad myself, but right, so we're talking about gigs. What's the best gig you've ever been to? Or it was like most surprising. And then yeah, we'll go.
Do you
to
know,
stick-
I've got one.
stick with
that
gigs
I'm
in there.
embarrassed with it now, though.
Right, Shannon, you go first. You put your foot in it there.
Yep.
So it was a fucking good gig, man. It was like literally one of the best I've ever been to. Pure enjoyed it.
Singing Kettle.
No into the bands
The
at
singing
all
kettle.
anymore. Singing kettle was amazing, man.
She's like, Deepa. Oh,
This fucking slaps, man.
here we go, boys. Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
In the here,
oh.
they're like getting people doing it. But no, it was 21 Pilots, man. They put on a good fucking, like, there was a bit. It was in the Barras. There was a bit. It was obviously like a double. But the wee guy, I can't remember his name. The wee guy that sings, he's
Tyler.
like in his hang and he's got his wee mask on and they do all this shit and then he's just stoning. He's just stoning. And then the lights go out for 30 seconds. Not even 30 seconds, like a second or two. 30 seconds and a second or two are very different. But anyway, go off and then you come back on and we're like, where's he gone? Turn around. He's on this big fucking massive ladder behind us and I'm like, and he just gets done. That's the thing that throws me off though, because he gets done and he's singing as he's coming back. I'm like, but you were just singing on but obviously that was probably the real singer in the back. Like the wee guy walking around probably wasn't the singer. I think I've sussed it out. But anyway, it was a right good gig.
She's sussed out, boys. 21
Crack the
pilots are
case.
down the drain. Detective Shannon strikes again.
Up.
Ding,
Oh, my
ding,
Jeffrey
ding,
can get
ding,
by me.
ding. Bow, bow. Bon audition.
But very good.
Right,
I'm
Josh,
happy with the band now.
what were you? Best gig you've been to?
This gig I've been to again. So I go through phases of listening to different genres of music. Like just now, I'm really into the kind of heavy bass dance stuff, so big room, hardstyle stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the transition's already happening. I'm already starting to get back into the kind of heavy rock, Slipknot kind of stuff. So it's a crossover point. And within a week or so, I'll just go straight. I won't be listening to hardstyle anymore. And I'll just listen. That's what I do. I jump to genre.
Yeah.
The only band that I listen to consistently on a regular basis is Biffy Clyro. For how much I talk about them and love them, I've only ever seen them live once, right?
Ooh.
And it was at fucking Belly Houston Park, and it was honestly the best fucking day ever. Just everything but that day was brilliant. It was so fucking funny. I met two of my teachers there. I was absolutely steaming. I felt really, really drunk. I was like, Miss Bidisco, Mr. Johnson, Saturn. You should want a drink? You should want a drink? And obviously they're like that. No, we can't really accept a drink. I'm like, you'll have a drink. So I fucking stagger in front of the bar queue. I think I fell over a couple of fucking railings on the way there. All of the drinks came back with like a big fucking room arm like that, holding them like that. Hey, go guys, here's your drinks. And then they took them, they're like, we can't really have these. And they just, as soon as I took my back, they handed it to my pal. Just there you go.
There you go.
And I just remember it because it's the only time I've ever cried at live music, and it was kind of a combination. It was a combination of being mad with it and a machines being on, and it's a song that gets me.
And just loving Biffy.
Biffy Clyro. And I'm going to see them in a couple of weeks, and I'll probably do it all over again.
Great again. I can feel the tears coming through.
Right, Caitlin, what about yourself?
I
already know.
So do
I can already know.
Is that a five sauce? Is it
The
five sauce?
hesitation was there.
I could be five sauce. Did
Right.
you meet them? I feel like you have met them.
I've met them twice.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Right, go on.
Well, do I need to fucking answer? Because if you just answered yourselves.
No, but
Why
we
is
want to
it the
hear
best?
why why was
Is it
it the
only
best?
the
gig?
best because you like them, or is it because it was a fucking sick gig? They did tricks.
The gig. No, it was because of the gig. I've been to quite a few gigs in my time, right? You might not believe me, right? Because I don't leave the house, but I swear to God, see when I did leave the house, I went to quite a few gigs.
I went out all the time.
I did.
Listen,
I did.
I've been around the block.
I went to
Arts
quite a
Crystal
few
Game, man.
fucking. Shut up.
What's coming out?
He's coming out. She's coming out.
As this next week when we all
See
meet
the-
up in
Aye,
Paris.
I'm going to go like, Caitlin, we've clubbed together.
want a
We've got
hamburger
you.
and
I'm
fries?
McDonald's.
This is borderline bullying at this point, man.
No.
Just
Anyway,
remember,
thanks
when
for-
the scheme team makes money, I need to pay it out to you. So watch who you're fucking talking to.
I'll cut a full-time job. I don't care. I'm still getting my bills paid.
I'll take the fine for joke. I don't give a fuck.
Right. I've been to all other gigs, so if they've done 2 nights or whatever, I was at the 2 nights. But best one was the first night of their Meet You There tour in 2018.
I even know the name of the tour. Jeez.
Yes.
The tour.
Rock out with your
So-
socks out, sounds live, feels live, Meet You There.
Oh, you're.
So, see when they would
I mean, it's
say,
right there.
like,
Oh,
gig,
right.
yeah.
I suppose. Yeah, I suppose. So.
if they had like so many nights in Glasgow, would you just go to them all?
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
Was it all different each time?
There was obviously it'd be the same set list, but when
The
you go
energy
and
just
see,
goes down.
no, when you go and see, like, they didn't do it in the Meet You There tours, but for their first 2 tours that they done covers.
Kinds of stuff.
So it was
Ah.
they would do different covers, and then
Right.
you know how obviously if you go to a Glasgow concert, there's all that here we fucking go. They ended
Aye.
up
Stuck.
they get pure into that, and they thought it was the fucking classiest thing ever.
They always
And
can.
they done a power ballad, and they were just singing "Here We Fucking Go" as a power ballad. I just thought it was fucking hilarious. That wasn't that gig. The reason that gig was my favourite is because
Okay.
the tunes that they came out to, like when they came out to they came out
right.
to like Babylon and More and Meet You There and stuff like that. It's just like
The
don't know.
Besto's coming out.
no. I don't know how to describe it, but like they were just dead. Like the bass was dead heavy and the lights, so like it was like
Yeah,
that
it's
kind of
like a good show. Like they
Aye.
put on a good performance.
Aye.
Yes, that's the words. And it was at the
Speaking-
ABC, so it wasn't like hydro
it was a
level.
big.
Aye, it
it
wasn't
was,
like
like, smaller.
massive. It was a
Like
well-produced
hydro
show.
And they talked about the boys. So I was very happy.
The boys in green.
We were just
did
talking about sports because Callum.
They were talking about sports.
No, right. Callum, the guy that plays bass, his dad's from Edinburgh. So his dad's Scottish. His dad's a Hibs fan.
Edinburgh's not Scotland.
He's a Liverpool fan, but his dad's a Hibs fan. So they were just talking about football, and they turned around and went, "What's the team in Glasgow?" And they're like, "Celtic." And my wee cousin, our pal, who I went to concert with, they're standing in front of me, because it was a standard for the first night. They're standing in front of me, and the two of them just turned around and gave me this look, and I'm just like... They just mentioned the other love of my life. I was like, oh my god. Don't know how to cope with this. What the fuck?
Dog.
I think
Shit,
Yoshi
shit.
just licked her
Sorry,
tongue.
she's pure
Did Gia
annoying me.
Lynch.
Yeah, she licked me right in the lip. Keeps annoying me. She was hitting me through your stories the whole time.
It's because she wants involved.
She's just
She wants a treat.
Shannon's giving her a look back like I'm fucking there.
Fuck's sake.
Leave me alone, man.
Well, I would not. For my favourite gig, I won't be biased and say ones I've ever put on and been involved with. But I would say the one that was like surprised me that how good it was, and like was Dizzy Rascal. I saw him at the O2 Academy,
Oh,
and
I'm
I did.
surprised at that.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to go. My brother's like, I've got tickets. Nobody will go with me. And I was like, just right, fuck it, I'll go. And we weren't even drinking on that. It was pure midweek one. And we got there and cunts were trying to sell me CDs and all that shit. And I'm like, and my brother's like, my brother's like, he's a producer. And I was like, I'm not a fucking producer. I said, I'm an artist manager. I was like, you've got no fucking clue, so just keep your mouth shut. And now they're all talking. Now they're all talking to me, and I'm like, hey, fuck. I said, no. And then must have batted them all away. Got in, and it was fucking jumping. Like, it was amazing. There was like 3 bus full of school wains. And like they kind of made the whole night because they're obviously in the standing bit. We were on like the wee balcony, just like off the main floor, if you will.
That's the
So
academy.
it was like me, aye. It was like me, my brother, and then this family. This my mum and dad and a wee Wayne, and the wee Wayne's fucking gone for it, like word for word. And then all throughout the gig, you see these phones going up in the air. I'm like, the fuck's that? First time I'd ever seen that. Who's got gear? I'm like, fuck right off. And then it was like gaff ? And all this shit. I was howling, but to the music side of it, it was amazing. It was just so good. It was like fucking bumping and that. It was like even sober, I was fucking going for it.
I feel like all his gigs are like that, but
Aye, I was like,
everyone you see, it's like,
there was proper geezers there. Like I'm talking about proper like, what and all this fucking shit because you can see them. They're fucking gone for it. But it's a fucking banger, innit? Boom, boom, hey, fucking did you rascal and all this shit. They were so funny. They were so funny, man. Just a great gig. It was just the experience of it all the like mix of like school wains, and then there's a family next to me, and then there's fucking proper geezers right up the front. It was class. You could tell it was cunts from London who were like either living in Glasgow or whatever, or living in the area that came to see him because they were proper going for it.
Nice.
It was class.
A lassie I went to school with her wee claims of fame used to be that her stepsister was going out way Dizzy Rascal or something, but we never ever seen proof. So Laura, if you're listening, I want proof.
Detective Shannon strikes again.
She's on a new case.
Shannon, second name redacted. Personal, what was it called? Private detective.
Well, like a
PI.
private investigator, a PI.
Aye, that's it. Shannon PI.
You just do PI and then S for Shannon. It's
Aye. Just got like a card and just piss. Your badge, piss. Oh, now we've talked about the best gigs. Let's talk about the worst gigs we've been to.
Oh, nice.
I'll start mine. So I wouldn't say the gig was okay, but I was just very let down. And it was Jerry Cinnamon again at the O2 Academy. I was just like that. it was just not. It was jumping in it. Well, he was pure. He was like and half an hour to an hour late starting.
Of course he was.
Aye, and like I was like, who the fuck changed it? The guy before him was better, Dylan John Thomas. I highly suggest you look him out. He's a great Scottish singer, a lot better than Jerry Cinnamon, in my opinion. But I think it hit to the point. I went to the gig at that point. I was getting fed up with Jerry Cinnamon. I'm like, he's bringing out all these songs, but they all just sound the fucking same.
Yeah.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? It kind of, I maybe outgrew him at the time, and I was just like, didn't think it was that
I've
good.
never been a fan.
I think he's just
Never
very
impressed me.
overrated.
Super overrated.
And, and Scottish media love him because they're like, oh, he's a big star and he's Scottish. Oh, let's suck his knob, you know what I mean?
It seems like a prick. Yeah,
Got big respect for what he's done.
Aye.
He is. Like, Sarah Hand is a big fucking
He was a wee
man.
plumber, wasn't he?
Yeah. A girl I used to see, sister used to manage him when he was small time, when he used to do all the pubs. Like, did like the pub tour, if you will. And then, obviously, he got bigger.
I didn't know you would need a manager to do pub tours.
Aye, well, she was obviously doing other stuff at the other smaller gigs.
Oh.
I'm not making any comments, man. The man's for the milk. I can't.
Is he?
Yeah.
Aye, he's from Castle. It's
from the Valley. It's like 15 minutes from the corner. Aye. I cannot disgrace anything positive that comes out of Gas Milk, and he is regarded as positive, so...
You know, like, sorry to go on a tangent, but do you remember Boris Johnson was in Gas Milk?
Yeah, I do.
Hold on, 3 seconds, 3 seconds. I just put a clap in, so I'm editing this bit out.
I just thought that was a weird thing, like, why of all places is he in Gas Milk?
I thought the same thing.
I'm surprised he got it.
Oh, he nearly didn't he?
They were talking people on I remember listening to the radio and they were talking about, oh, he'll go in with 4 tyres and come out and he'll be in bricks and all.
Come out pushing it.
But anyway, we'll go back to gigs. I just thought that was a weird thing, talking to Gas Milk. Right, Josh, worst gig?
Worst gig? See, I'm the same. I've not been to any worst gigs. I mean...
you know, a gig...
Aye. Festivals are usually good for people that you've seen, like, 2016 Tina Park, I fell asleep standing up to Annie Mac, right? That's not a discredit Annie Mac. I really like Annie Mac. I was hungover to fuck. Right?
Yeah.
Royal Blood at the Hydro was a bit of a letdown, but I think that was more because I got the tickets so late, and when I bought the tickets, right, I went with Alex and Gregor. I looked, there was no seats near them apart from like a row behind them, 2 rows behind them. What the actual picture didn't tell you is that they 2 rows was up another level, so it was like their row, the last row, then a big block, and then up.
Oh, so you
See
could
the
barely
walk
see
bit?
it?
So I wasn't with them. I was way fucking up there.
Oh, no way.
I was like, I could see them, but I'm like sitting where my seats were up there, and because it was a sitting gig, it wasn't that good. But, like,
sitting gigs are
They're
pish.
shite in the Hydro, man.
But let's not talk about the Hydro. I'll be here all night. The worst band. I don't even know. I want to say the worst band. The band that I've seen live, that I was a bit like, what the fuck. Do you remember in HNC? Well, you weren't, Chris, obviously, but HNC Radio, we had to do like a music interview. You had to interview a band.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Alex, now shout out to Big Alex, he interviewed a band, they'd done it at King Tut's, and they were playing that night, and he got tickets to see them. There's 4 bands on, I can't remember the band he interviewed, but they were good. There's another band called Sea Captain that were decent, and there was this band called Crow's Feet. Like, I'll text Alex now and ask him for his opinion on Crow's Feet, right? And say, I'll send you a screenshot because they were fucking mints, right? I'm sorry, they were mints.
They might have improved, but you know what?
No, I don't think have. But they were really, like, every song was really weird, and like, they changed instruments after every song. Now sometimes bands done that, like seem like Top of the Pops and that, like Oasis done that. They stuck fucking because they had to like mime it. So like there was one time where fucking Noel Gallagher pretended he was singing and Liam was on the fucking guitar and all that. There was someone else that done it and they just like they put the singer on drums. But these cunts rotated every fucking instrument after every song, and it was like, what the fuck are you thinking? You just fucking stand still, please. This isn't musical chairs. And I lost a pint during that.
Did they bring a fucking bus to the place?
It was about 6 of them. There's too many folk in this band to start with. There was a guy playing, I don't know what he was playing, but I couldn't hear what the fuck he was playing, so clearly didn't need to be there. Get that to fuck, now we're down to 5. The lead singer can play the guitar, so just have him do that, boom, we're down to 4. Now I've made improvements already. Also, I lost a pint during the set because we were sitting at the side of King Tut's. It was quite a quiet gig at this point on the benches. We were sitting there and I went to get my pint and it no longer was there. The fucking bass for the speakers had shaken it across the fucking bench and it fell off. 50 for a pint and that's fucking, now it's lying. I got one sip of it.
Fucking hell, man.
I'll text Alex, ask him what his opinion is on fucking crow's feet. And
I was doing a gig in stereo and I paid one of my mates like, I'll get the first round in. he was like, I've got. It was like, when he pulled the tenor, he was like, we just use this to get a couple of rounds. Fucking 2 pints, £5, and what's it called? Stereo.
Audio's actually not too bad for prices, but I like audio. Audio's one of my favourite venues because it's so weird. You open the door, you go in. There's a tiny, maybe about 3 steps. You get the guy that checks your ticket. Then you open the door, and that's you straight into it. It's not like the garage. You fuck off. It's not like you open the door, and you're like, whoa.
Stereo or audio the one where there's like a big pillar right where the fucking stage is? And it's like, why the fuck is that?
I think that's stereo.
Stereo, it's got pillars because that's like the basement.
So annoying.
It's good. It'd be good for
yeah,
good for grind gigs and stuff like that. I've always said that. So it would always be good, better for them because it's or like even like techno stuff. But anyway, Caitlin, what's your worst gig?
My worst gig was at the O2 ABC, maybe the one at Bunton. Oh, that's Hill Street, Bunton. Aye.
Yeah.
And I think, fuck knows what year it was, but my wee cousin must have been like 14, right? And she didn't have people to go to gigs with other than like her pals who were also 14. So I would go to gigs with her, and it was like fucking One Direction, I went to. The Vamps, I went to. Alright, right? I went to the gigs with her. And then there was this one gig that she was going to, and it was, the tickets were free, absolutely free, right? Didn't have to pay, just had to go on and get the tickets. And her and her pal were gone, and it was up Sucky Hall Street at the top of the town. And I was like, I don't feel comfortable with this. I don't like the fact that she's got this gig and she's only young, and it's fucking Sucky Hall Street, of all places. Yeah. I was like,
up the strip.
Don't like it, don't like it.
I
was like, I'm going to freak the fuck out. So I messaged my mate, Sean at the time, and I was like, mate, listen, there's tickets, it's free, just come with me, just so I can keep an eye on it in case any fucking rowdy weirdos are about. And he was like, aye, right, no bother. So we go away up, she's obviously stoning down at the wee bit, and me and him are stoning back at the bar. And I swear to God, I have never been to a worse gig in my fucking life. The band were called, they don't exist anymore, so don't sue me, right? But they were called The Tide.
Tide?
The
What
Tide.
type of songs did they?
Fucking...
Like, were they, like, what genre? Like, a wee bit rocky?
No. I can't even say that they're like... Imagine if One Direction and the Vamps had a love child. But
Five Sauce.
Yeah.
We'll save that discussion.
So it's like a boy band then? So they're a boy band?
Aye, but like the boy band that's like the fans are, they're no all of them are like the wee 14-year-old, oh my god, marry me, don't get a girlfriend, or that weird shit. There was also children, I mean children with t-shirts that were too big. And
children at a gig?
No, but I mean this was so fucked because the band were like meeting people after it, and you had to like stand in all these queues to meet them. And I've seen fucking Road Trip live multiple times, right? And they fucking gigs weren't as bad as this one. This was a fucking shambles. Like the artists were apparently being dicks and were like, don't really want to go and meet them. And then there's all these wee fucking tiny wee sprog wains screaming and shouting for this band. And me and my mate Sean, I think Sean might have been the only guy there.
Poor Sean.
Me and my mate...
It's like going to a Robbie Williams concert with your mom.
Me and my mate Sean were at the back, man. Oh, honestly. And then I was like, I had nothing to be worried about. Why was I worried?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I was literally like that.
Probably when she gets it, but...
Aye, well, she came out right. she came out, right, and her pal fucked off, and like, we were gonna get her along the road and that, and she goes like that. They're doing a signing in Pizza Hut. Can we go? And I'm like, what Pizza Hut? And she was like,
Oh,
that's,
fuck off,
she was
man.
like, that's the thing, I don't know. And I was like, right, okay. So we go to the Pizza Hut that's nearer the tap of the town. Wasn't that one? We get down to the Pizza Hut that's at the Four Corners. Wasn't that one? And we're standing outside this Pizza Hut at the Four Corners for a good half an hour. And we're like, right, we're not waiting any longer. And I don't know any other Pizza Huts in this fucking city centre. We're getting up the road. And I know that Jamie will probably listen to this and she'll start shouting and bawling at me in my DMs. But listen, right? I wasn't fucking taking you to Silverburn on buses to meet this band.
Shut up, they went
Aye,
to
quite right.
They went to Silverburn!
Shut up.
And I was
Right,
like,
I'm
what
gonna
the fuck,
Aye,
man.
understandable.
But honestly,
Fucking
it was
Pizza
awful. It was awful.
Fuck that.
Goodness.
Jesus.
I was
Are you
raging
sure?
that I was 17 because Sean was 18 and he could go and get pints and I couldn't. I was fucking raging.
Shannon, what's your worst gig then?
My worst gig is, it's actually mad because they were my favourite band. U86, I used to be obsessed with them when I was younger, man. Like, like I said, I had a mad Tumblr dedicated to them. I had
Oh,
Honestly.
no.
the sister of the lead singer used to follow me on Tumblr. I have her as a friend on Facebook. And yeah, she like messaged like because she'd really sung. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Well, how was the gig bad? But
Aye, how's this
But
worst
the
gig?
gig was bad because it was just like it was in Hydro. There was too many Waynes. It was like not even Waynes. There were like 13 Waynes, but
Waynes.
there were too many of them, and I felt like I was going to die. All Time Low were which is like doing the bit before. It was like
Supporting.
All Time Low and them, right?
Poor-
Aye.
And they're fucking suspects. They are suspects. They shouldn't be allowed round young ladies. They're up to no. I don't want to get a fucking lawsuit.
Allegedly.
They were alright when I seen them live,
You know,
Christ.
Aye.
Allegedly.
They were up to no good. But anyway, it was just the fucking worst. And they were like, and then You Mate 6 came on, and he's like, make a fucking pit. Make a pit. I was like, what do you mean make a fucking pit? They're 13-year-old wee lassies. Make a fucking pit for who? And then they start making a pit. And then I lose my pal who I was with. She just fucking disappears. And then at the end of the gig, it was pure roasting. I thought I was going to faint. And then I was like, if I faint, I'm just going to die here because I'm going to be too fat for them to carry over the fucking banister. These wee lassies were getting carried over the banister because it was that warm. They were getting carried out and they were like,
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, this is worse. And then I had some wee lassie wear Snapchat right in front of me, and I was in it the whole time, just like staring, like, stop fucking filming me. I was so angry. At the end, right, I was fucking raging. At the end, fucking Josh Francesca throws his sweaty towel, and I just see my pal's wee horn go up, and I was like, don't you fucking dare, man, because all these other lassies are pure surrounding us. Her wee hand goes up, grabs it, and then fucking 6 other bodies grab onto her, man. I had to wrestle her to get out. But aye,
Fucking
man.
fans
I
are
hate
fucking
it.
wild,
So
man.
fucking every
It's
time I've
unreal.
seen You Mate 6, it has been shite. I've never enjoyed any of their gigs, and it's pure ruined them as a band for me.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck's sake.
Aye.
Right, let's move on to this. This is going to be will probably cause the most arguments, but that's why I left it to last.
Aye.
Right, what's your music like hot take about music, like a controversial opinion you've
Oh,
got that
wait.
you think?
I thought you were going to ask us what our all-time favourite song was.
Oh, I forgot that question.
I was
Oh,
gonna say, where
let's-
did that go?
Structure's fucking filling its arse.
I know, it's fair,
As
like-
per usual.
I do like that question though. That's a good
we're going
question.
to come back to that then. All-time
Mm.
favorite song then. Of all, this is quite. It's hard for me to think of.
Forget
I
about
don't know.
Yeah,
Don't,
I knew you were going to say that. That was the fucking song that you picked when we were in fucking HNC.
Yeah, it was a sentimental one. I was going to do it for the nostalgia thing, but I love that.
Simple Minds, is it?
Mhm.
Don't
Yeah.
you forget about me. I'm just gonna let you shout out because
Sing it.
The format's already gone.
Sing it.
Just sing it.
I can't even think.
Eh,
All time.
Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. I think I've said it before.
Everybody wants to rule the world.
Yes.
Have we gone for the same fucking 80s vibe, but
We could easily do a KSI
Yeah.
after YouTube and just switch the music.
Mate, yes.
Easily.
Yes.
Any-
Get us all that auto tune.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Josh are struggling here, and I can
I
see
know.
the struggle in his face.
Favourite song of all time, man. Fuck me, that's hard. I don't
I
even have
know,
a favourite song like now.
It chops and changes all the time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Does
Right, favourite song of this year so far?
Oh no, I couldn't even
fuck.
name. I haven't
Huh?
listened to a song. I would say.
Alright,
Probably another
well,
Vince
what
Staples
about,
track.
right, me and Shannon both picked songs that were like 80s, so why don't you just do that type of era? Just go back
Favourite
the
song
way.
for the
Just go
80s?
back, just go back the way.
I have a wee think. That's another toughie. But I'm not.
I
I'm
know.
not good.
Jesus
I'm on my
Christ!
phone.
How much I've slimmed it down. It's all time to 80s and it's still
Yeah, but 80s. I don't really listen to much of 80s tunes. Do you know what I mean? I listen to a very range, but mine goes from like kind of like skips 80s a wee bit, and it just goes to 90s. So it's like 50s, 60s,
Right,
a
if
small
you were
part of
to
70s and 90s, and then the 10s, 2010s.
Good
do it
times.
as this, if you were to sit in somebody's car and they were like, put on a tune, man.
Depends what.
Depends the vibe.
No,
What's the
just-
vibe?
an alien. It's an alien. The alien's never heard music before, and you're gonna show an alien a song. What you showing it?
Ooh.
To be my boyfriend.
Frank Ocean, Moon River.
Right.
Frank Ocean.
Right.
His cover.
Moon River.
Just off the top of
There
the
we
dome.
go.
I mean, fuck it. I'd have to go for Biffy Clyro's Mountains. It's not even their best song, but I just love it because it's the one that got me. It's not even their best.
Oh, you want to
know, Chad? I understand.
You can't take that away from me.
Love it.
It's not, like I said, it's not even the best song, but it's
Yeah.
the one that fucking.
Right, should we get to the controversial point of this podcast? Just to end it.
Yes,
Right,
let's
musical
do it.
hot takes. Controversial opinions, like popular artists or whatever, even genres or whatever.
I have a hot take. I always say it all the fucking time. Rap is xenophobic. Especially grime. Grime is so xenophobic. They don't
How
give a
so?
fuck about Scottish people. They're always like, oh, you're like out of tune or like out of beat. And it's like, no, it's just a fucking accent. Just say you don't like the accent.
I know I know
Who's
hundreds
like
of
a
Scottish
famous
MCs that are
Scottish person?
probably Shogun at the moment.
Yeah,
Well,
but even
MC.
at that, he's not
I'm not
as
massive on
big as that. He
Shogun.
probably
He's not.
could be.
He's not. He's
Do you know what I mean?
they're all underrated and they're all overlooked.
And like Irish as well, they don't get any recognition.
I know, but that's because
And
it's just an
Welsh,
English
fucking who's
dominated. English dominated scene.
Because it came, it's the grime sort of sprung up for sort of London, isn't it?
Like
English-
rap game, like they only just put in one Scottish person as like a wee like diversity thing.
Aye.
like,
Aye,
oh,
but then you could
that
also
game you
say
can
there's
see
no
what
Welsh
someone
or
that
Northern
touches
Irish.
English.
Well, there is Irish. There's lots of Irish.
But I meant on the rap game.
Aye, on the rap game.
Yeah,
Aye.
exactly. I
Welsh.
say that
Yeah,
all the
you
time.
think you
They
think
put
they
in the
pick people.
token Scottish person and they think that's it for like.
It's usually
it's got
it's
country,
one
country,
Scottish
that's
person.
fine.
Somebody for like a wee
They're
tune
all
for like,
English.
for example, Foster was he for? He was like Nottingham Doncaster, wasn't he? I
He was like near Sheffield, not Sheffield. Is it Sheffield?
think it was
I don't know.
Doncaster or Northampton or something like that. Then you had fucking
always says he
the
hates it, I don't remember.
domination of Manchester, Birmingham, and London, and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that.
the main fucking.
And like they totally choose who's going to win before it. Like Kiko was set up to win, even though he's so fucking shite.
I like Kiko. I think
And
he
he's
should have won.
shite.
I
That
don't watch
fucking
it.
song that he won it for, he fucking copied. Who was it that he copied? Oh, what is the song? I can't remember. But so Foss, he exposes him in his song. Krypton Conan's friend. Listen to it. He exposes Kiko. And Kiko's a shite bag. He's done fuck all.
Okay,
I like
that's-
Ransom. I like Ransom in that.
No,
fucking
I like
season.
Ransom.
Ransom's a good guy. I've met him in real life. He's great to speak to.
Ransom's like a Disney rapper to me. I like what he does, but he's so PG. He's a
He
fucking
is.
Disney rapper.
Right, he's brand friendly and he works for him. He's done a lot. Do you know what I mean?
He's
He's-
versatile.
Could
Understood.
imagine, yeah.
his brother
He seems
is
lovely.
studying a college, or a college or university in London that I was actually going to go to. And that's how we got speaking. I was speaking to his brother about it because I knew he was there. And it's through Relentless Records. It's like
Not Andrew?
it's their record label that's tied into the college or uni. So
Oh, that's sick.
I was talking to him about it, and I was like, "Is it worth it? Do you know what I mean? Is it worth paying
Mhm.
the money to come and live down in London and to pay for the college course and stuff like that?" And he was like, "Well, it's like you're putting because he was working with like nines and stuff like that. I'm sure, like all those kind of up and coming people at that time.
Aye.
It was a big. I mean, I was gonna go, but it was like it's a big jump moving to London
Aye.
Aye,
from,
and
was
it's
like,
from a
well.
small village. Yeah,
It's a super big
Ransom,
risk
I
to
feel
take.
like-
It's so expensive.
Even on that Scottish cipher that just got released, they're all talking about like fucking punting drugs and all shit like that, and he's just talking about fucking
Yeah.
just having a good time, man. I
Mhm.
fucking love it, man. I love his first verse.
I think he
Scottish,
seems like a sweetie.
Scottish grime is heavily overlooked. There's so much great
Oh.
artists. Chrissy Grimes,
Irish
2T,
is so good as
all
well,
them.
though.
they're just class.
Really.
But anyway, let's move on from that. Anyone else? Got a hot take?
No, I had to get that out of my chest.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Caitlin, you look like you've got
I don't
something
think
on your mind.
I don't think I do.
No controversial, like you think a big star's shite or whatever, or
Or someone's been cancelled and they shouldn't have been, or as they should
no,
have not been.
No.
no,
Hmm.
nothing.
I don't think mine's controversial for this group. I feel like we're on the same path. Being
Yeah, but no, it's just about other people as well. Like,
1975 are shite, and Matt Healy's a cunt, right?
yeah,
They're so overrated. So he just
Overrated.
says
Overrated.
like
And
words
see the
that sound
song?
smart.
See, what is it?
Fuck, he's not that fucking smart, and people are like, "Oh my god, he's so poetic." He's not that fucking smart.
What's it called?
I used to
Somebody
love
else.
them just now.
That song's Somebody Else, and it's just that fucking
Mhm.
guitar. And this Roddy hates it as well. I know this because
Yeah.
it was the graded units. It was quite big, the graded units. It just came out, so a lot of folk were putting them in like the breakfast shows. And cause I was presenting a couple for folk, I had to pretend to be like. And here we have the great new tune from 1975, and I press play, turn the mic off, and I just go, "Oh fuck, I hate this song, man." And then Roddy's like, "What you see?" Roddy's sitting there. He's listened to it now about fucking 30 times. He's ran out of patience with it. He's like, "I hate this fucking song." But Matt Healy, he done an interview and he was talking about offence, like, "Oh, when am I allowed to be offended, right?" And I've never seen someone talk for so long and say so little. He said he didn't say anything. He just said lots of words, and you're like, "Ah, right, mate, you just hit me with a Vil gun there. What the fuck are you saying?" Just
Just say
threw
like
it.
words to
Aye.
confuse you and make him seem smart.
Aye,
but
it's no
like,
fucking Scrabble, mate. You can't just chuck words at me and expect me
Have a
to
normal
string a sentence
conversation.
and think you're making sense. It's like talking about how people get offended, like as a white middle class person, when am I allowed to be offended? Fucking never.
Never.
You're privileged as fuck,
Never,
you
you
wank.
fucking Tory cunt, you. Your mum and dad are fucking famous. What you gotta be sad about?
Thing is, he was alright. He was actually alright. I can't remember he done the breakfast
like
show
their
one day
tunes, I'm not gonna lie,
with Nick
but
Grimshaw. He done it all day and he was really good in it. And he was alright at first, and then I don't know what happened. He stopped taking drugs. That's what it was. He stopped taking drugs.
He came clean.
Got clean and then became a wank.
done that spiritual shit.
Aye,
Where
and
he's
it's
like,
fuck
have
the
finding
spiritual shit.
himself in that.
No, he's a prick. I can't stand him, man. I hate the 1975 so much, so much.
I reckon I've got something, but I don't know if it's a hot take.
Well, just if you think it's an
You have an opinion on?
yeah, it's
you're
like a
like-
strong
I mean-
opinion.
I have. Alright, okay. It's a strong opinion because I don't think that. How do I word this? You know how if a band's been about for a wee bit or they start to get big, right?
Yeah,
And then people kind of try and like
emulate
gate.
like
No, people try and like gate them in and shut them in.
gatekeep.
Aye,
Yeah,
Gatekeeping's dumb and it's like you get that in everything. I fucking hate it.
Aye.
gatekeeping.
What the fuck?
I
don't
can't
want
stand
to be banned.
gatekeeping. Like
I would, but with bands specifically, like with like music and stuff. Specifically.
gatekeeping.
music as a whole. Like, see
Aye.
see, like it was like when we were talking earlier on, Chris, and you see the like 5 Seconds of Summer's got that one good song, like that you like, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you think the rest of the songs are shite, but you like one song. I'm glad that
Yeah.
you like one song.
You're not like fucking up in arms about
How
it.
dare you only like that one popular song that they did? They have songs on the album that are much better than that. Did you listen to them in 2011? I bet you fucking didn't.
Oh, do you know who's bad for that? Fucking Metalhead. Metalheads are the worst. be like, oh, I like a wee bit of Iron Maiden. You don't like Iron Maiden unless you know this song, this song, this song.
Can you play
Fucking
Master of
anyway.
Puppets? No,
Aye.
then you don't like them. I think that's Metallica. It's not Iron Maiden, but
Metallica.
aye, but it's the same thing.
You know what I
I
mean? Aye.
seen a thing about Master of Puppets, and that's why that just came out of my head when you said Iron Maiden metal. There was a thing. It was like, if you can't play Master of Puppets, then you're not actually a fan of Metallica. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ Almighty.
You're not a real metalhead.
That people like that
Shut up.
infuriate me. Like
Yeah.
like
They're just the fangirls of fucking metal.
it's so fucking annoying. But in it, like, if you've liked a band where they've started, that's great. You should be bringing people in and be like, listen to this band. This band's class, man.
Aye.
Like, if you really like the artist or something, do you know what I mean? You want to promote them. You want them to get big. You want everybody to know who they are.
You want people to talk about, like, that's the
Aye.
main thing with me. Like, I get slagged wrong because, like, I don't like Chris play tunes. He always plays shite. And I was like, because they're all
Aye.
into the fucking same,
Aye.
shit. Like, I'm not saying I'm, like, musically intellectual better or whatever, but I was like, I listened to, like, a lot of range shit, and I was like, if one of them started listening to, like when my flatmate George, when he started listening to Frank, like, I showed him Frank Ocean, and he started listening to it, and then it was like socially acceptable for me to play it. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's not like the most.
Getting slagged.
Obviously, it's not the most like party tune, but I thought we're just
Aye.
chilling or whatever.
I hate it when like folk will like nobody knows shit on you for like liking a music. Like I'm into hardstyle and none of my pals, majority of them aren't into it at all. Like they will openly slag it. So you like I'm like cool, you don't like it, I do. Like, I just fucking-
It's just
awesome.
like
Aye.
people
But I would
think
never,
a
in a social like environment, I would never play it. I would never.
Aye.
My mate Kieran's into it. He's right into it, and me and him we'll talk about it, and I'll play maybe one track for him, and he play one for me. But that's awesome. And we don't like, see when it's at parties and not like get like gaff. Somebody like, do you want to put a song on, Josh? And I'm like, no, because every time I put a song on, it goes off in 2 seconds. So what's the fucking point?
Aye, exactly. Aye, very
no,
much
same.
similar.
I feel like
People
I'm
shout
not
when I
picking-
get the
I'm-
remote.
Nah,
picking
you're like, oh,
sometimes,
no.
Don't let her put a fucking another fucking rap song on. I'm like, why?
Sometimes, aye. Sometimes I'm not putting a song on I want to play. I'm just putting on a crowd pleaser. I'm putting on one I know everyone will like. I'll stick that one and go, I know everyone will like this one. I'll play that. When in reality, I kind of want to stick something else on. But
Aye, like they're listening to fucking Bad Boy Chiller Crew for like the 9th time.
aha,
I know that shit, and then I'm just like,
Fucking
I want to
right.
play fucking some disco, some Donna Summer, you know.
Aye.
You know, let's
It's
fucking shit.
shivers.
Aye. Or ABBA or something, at least, you know, get it a bit fucking funky up in here, do you know what I mean?
Heavy snobby
That's
about
one else is
music.
fair.
That's
But
heavy.
anyway, music snobbery here. But as a whole, we hate
Aye.
it.
Yeah, it's the
But
one.
to go on to my hot take, right,
Mhm.
I'm going to attack a genre here. We've already spoke about this
dear.
off podcast.
hold on. Take it ready.
Right. Well, I'm going to avoid what I've said to you to make it different for everyone else because we're on the topic of Scottish artists. See Scottish punk bands, right?
Right, okay, I'm with you. on
They
this
all
one.
sing in American fucking accents. They're
Yeah.
Scottish.
I'm with you on
Like,
this one.
I get they all sound like fucking Dear Maria cunt, do you know what I mean?
Excuse me.
Aye.
They all just try to emulate that. Like, why not try to be fucking an inch of a bit different?
Dear
It's all
God.
like same tunes. It all sounds the same to me.
Even
Some,
English-
obviously, I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I like Blink-182. I like Good Charlotte. I like all the older kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But I was in
It
the
was
college.
acceptable back then, but
But at the time, I didn't really know it was pop punk as a genre. It was just music
Aye.
to me.
Mm.
But obviously, because I was in college with like a couple of people who were like right dedicated to pop punk, it was so
Mhm.
annoying because one of them was in a band, of the pop punk, so he would sing all the pop punk tunes, and you're like, mate, you're fucking a Bam for fucking Hamilton. Just be that. Don't try be
Aye.
someone different. Don't try be this cunt from America.
Aye.
And the band had like a pretty good following. You know what I mean? I'm not taking anything away from his musical talent or whatever, but I just think have some originality.
oh,
Yeah, I
Do you know
feel
what I mean?
like
Just-
even-
and I think that's what pop punk lacks the most. To me, as an outsider
Mhm.
looking in, I'm not an expert, but I just think it all sounds the same, and it's all the same kind of shit.
aye.
You
And
like,
it also
I would-
beats
It feel like
Beatles.
all different as well.
you, it doesn't. I'm
Do we
here
have to
as
bring
a-
up? Do we have to bring up Lost Prophets?
They don't fucking count. Every orchard's got a few bad apples now. Fuck you.
Oh no,
but see, it's like-
Uh,
see what you're
too
saying.
many, too
Like,
many bad
obviously,
apples.
I'm like not as much now, but especially with teenagers, I was quite a pop punk wee guy, and I still
Yeah.
especially like like the older stuff, it's like your Blink-182s, your Good Charlotte's, Bowling for Soups and all that.
Mm.
I'm 41, but I'm also into like the newer stuff. I'm gonna say bands, he's gonna have a fucking clue who they are.
Yeah.
But even I get what you're saying, because even like some of the English ones, like there's a band called Rome. They don't sing in an American accent, but it's just the structure of their songs are so similar.
Like
I
that
know-
genre
I know it's a-
breeds
I know-
that
I
singing
know-
style.
I know it's a kind of
Nick
tried
Deep
and trusted kind of like
Buzz
thing,
deep.
but I get what you're
Nick Deep.
saying with like Neck Deep are shite, but fuck Neck Deep.
But
See, I
like they do the accent. I thought they were
Oh.
American, and then I found out they weren't. and I was like,
fucking Welsh. I know I didn't know that.
they're Welsh.
They're
They were
Welsh.
English after. I thought,
they're
oh, they're
Welsh.
not American. They're probably
they're Welsh.
English. What the
Because
fuck?
I've-
Sing the
I've
Welsh
seen them
accent.
live a
I
couple of times,
love
right?
a Welsh accent.
Fucking right. Okay, Rain in July EP, banging. Anything else? The next album, can't remember what it was called, was alright. Everything after that, shite. Fuck Neck Deep. They only get big because Ben's dad's got a fucking record label.
Oh, right. Oh no.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
And their guitarist was a bit of
That's what
fucking
it is.
nonce.
They should try. They always
he
are.
was the Rolf Harris of the pop punk scene.
Oh, you get fucking outed for fucking.
Can you
there's
tell
a
what-
non-
Stage.
Oh,
Can
no,
you
I
tell what it
can't.
is yet? with, his
Bobby.
with his woggle board. Wow, wow.
Oh
But fuck Neck Deep. I actually fucking hate they cunts, man.
Caitlin, you've got an opinion that you're wanting to say, or something to say.
No.
Feel like that.
No, why? You're holding back.
Are you not?
I
Fuck
can
Neck
tell.
Deep is the only thing to say.
What are you holding back on? Just spit it out.
Yeah.
I don't really have much of an opinion on the topic. It's like I don't listen to
You're
a lot of
British.
pop punk.
British
You don't
pop
listen
punk.
to pop punk? Yeah, fucking
British
liar.
pop, British
Oh,
pop
British.
punk.
Aye.
pop
I'm
punk.
not. Aye,
I
but
don't
There's
listen to it. So when you're
Many
saying
I can
about,
think of.
you're saying like, oh,
talking
the,
about the accent,
aye,
the accent thing. Aye.
I can
Right,
name
I
a couple. I
don't
can name like Rome.
I
are
quite
probably the
like-
only good one.
I quite like.
Neck Deep.
I like
Aye.
3
I just like
Neck Deep songs.
Def Havana, did they not keep their English accent about?
Don't listen to them, fuck knows.
Havana.
Oh, they're not about anymore, are they? Are they still about?
I don't know.
Havana have switched. They keep popping up in fucking dance tunes.
Really?
Am I thinking of somebody else?
No, Def Havana, they've been about for...
I know who you're talking about.
I just think
I would have really into them.
pop punk breeds the type of people
my
that.
Oh, a certain type.
Yeah.
my pop punk, that's probably the majority of what you would class the music I listen to as, like most of my like Embrace Your Inner E-Boy playlist is on my Spotify.
Aye. What?
That's mostly pop
to-
punk. But
what
it's not old
attracts you
though.
to- Hmm.
It's
do
mostly
you
all
say?
it's mostly all older ones though. Like even though they've released newer stuff, like Good Charlotte's got
Yeah,
new songs,
yeah.
Blink-182's got new songs,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But it's like Good Charlotte, Blink-182, Green Day.
Aye.
It's
Aye.
all older stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it's
Well, as you would say, an American pop punk fan, what attracts you to the genre then? Because obviously the older stuff I attach more to movies and memories, so that's why I kind
Yeah.
of like them. But I wouldn't download their full albums or anything. I'm not that much of a fan. I would just pick tunes out. But I don't
For
know
me-
if
Even with Fall Out Boy, you know, big fan of
Aye.
Fall Out Boy.
For me, it's like that. It's
Well,
like
it was
growing up with it, because when we were growing up, like pop punk was. I mean, the '90s was like peak. In the late '90s, early 2000s
Yeah,
was
that's
like.
some
the
point
you
peak
were
when-
time.
babies then.
Like-
You were
We
babies.
were, but then
Paris Hilton and shit, and like Kim
So,
Kardashian
like-
and that. Even they fancied the fucking pop punk boy. Like they were
Aye.
like they were just pop at that
then
point.
when
They
I
were
was
so
growing
popular.
up,
Hmm.
when I was growing up, like especially my best mate growing up was a boy called Stuart, and his older brother Callum. He's a good few years older than us. He was right into he was a big Metallica fan, but he was right into
Aye.
Blink-182 and all that. So Stuart got into Blink-182 through him, and then I got into it. And
Yeah.
from there, I've just kind of as you go. I mean, and not so much now, but especially my teenage years, I picked up all the kind of new pop punk, as you want to
Yeah.
call it.
What
It's a
about
bit-
you,
it was-
Caitlin? Oh, sorry, Josh. I didn't know you.
Sorry,
Keep
no, you
going.
go. No, keep
Right, what about you, Caitlin? What attracted you to the pop punk?
honestly
Because
it's
I haven't got
probably
time.
it's probably a music thing. Like all my pals, like when I was at school, like growing up and family and all that, nobody listens to anything like that. Right, my brother was into like fucking.
Japan.
No. Hold on, I've got my brother's playlist here. I'll read out some of the artists and it'll give you an idea.
Aye, well,
Left Field, Dead Mouse, Underworld, Chemical Brothers,
oh,
Lauren Garnier.
no, your brother was a DJ. Yeah, I forgot. I
That's
forgot
it.
that. Yeah.
Aye. So, like, and my dad, old music, my ma, 60s music, nobody listens to anything like that, right? So it was always just stuff like that, and then one day it was just like, Green Day came on the radio, and my dad was like, oh, American Idiot, good wee song. I was like, I quite like this song. And then I discovered more songs, and I was like, do you know what? I have discovered something about myself. See, all the tunes that are getting played on what at the time was Galaxy, which is now Capital.
Yeah.
It was like, I was like, pish. Clyde One, I was like,
No, it's just average, yeah.
I was just like, I don't like it. But then when I discovered this,
Kerrang.
I was like, it was like, oh, Kerrang. I was like, drums,
Well, I would
guitars,
say,
basses, and I just thought that the guitar licks, like the
yeah,
stuff that they
just
done with
like
the guitars,
musical style, or the
aye,
way
I
they
just
played
fucking.
it.
It's the same way people really like ska. They really like the way ska's like. Exactly.
Yeah, I grew up with like scanning at my dad's a big like he's quite a big bod. He's not really good at looking at him, but if you've seen like his tattoos and
yeah.
stuff and music, it's not really a sleeve 'cause it's not filled in. But it's like a collection of music tattoos. So
Yeah, I've known the type.
he's got the Scatman doing the wee dance
Aye,
tattooed on him. It's into like madness and all that and shit. Like
aye,
that.
Madness were class.
Oh man,
Madness are great.
Aye, but let's
Oh my
so would you all three you say you used to be like former emo Waynes?
No.
Yeah, I was the
Uh,
only
wouldn't
person that
say-
was the emo
no.
though. I used
wasn't-
to
I
get
didn't
terrorized
embrace-
with my pals.
Didn't embrace emo-ness, but I would say I was into
You like the music.
I like the music. Not like
Were
not
you
the
too
cap,
scared to
not
go
Pierce the
full
Veil
emo?
or shit
Oh
like that.
yeah, were you too scared to go
yeah.
full emo?
No, because my hair was already. Because I played football, mate. I was manly, man.
Did you never want to like do the stretch stairs and shit?
Don't like
No.
needles.
No. Oh,
Okay,
all you
well,
need is your ears
What about
pierced.
yourself? Would you say no? I wouldn't really
Ah,
say
you never really dressed emo either.
no, but I would say you
I
have
actually dressed it.
certain situation to Josh. You just kind of like the music style. I'm
That's what it
guessing.
was. I just kind of like the style of it, and then now it's sort of changed. The modern stuff's not as like. I
It's kind of.
don't know what that was.
Ah,
Like when 82 and all that,
Yeah.
other or like Born for
Oh,
Sleep,
yeah,
Blink
yeah,
182
yeah.
and Sum 41. It was all kind of funny. It was quite funny the songs they done. Now it's all just about
Yeah.
fucking some lassie breaking her
Yeah.
heart.
Oh, they're sad
Smoking
now,
a
they're depressed.
or
I
what
had
if you
to
was
stop
supposed so
listening
far
to
smoking
Top
an
One because
unreal
it
amount
made
of
me
green.
sad.
I know. I asked Caitlin the question. Everyone else answered.
aye.
So, Caitlin, on you go.
Aye, no, I definitely don't think I would have ever fitted the emo thing. Like, I wore the black skinny jeans, the Converse, the Vans, the black t-shirts, like, but I was not, like, I was not
you
emo.
not
I
that
didn't have
heavy,
the,
like, right in it.
nah. It was like the music I'd listen to. If I had earphones on, I'd have that one, but it wasn't like emo level.
It's like that meme. They all think I'm listening. Sorry, Caitlin. Is that a meme? They all think I'm listening to hard music, and then it's just like.
Aye,
on the inside.
Everybody thinks that you're fucking listening to My Chemical Romance with that. What's the song that's like the dead depressing one? I don't know. Whatever.
Black Parade.
No, no,
Black
that one.
Parade.
No, no, that one. It's one that all the wee My Chemical Romance
That's the
fans.
only one I know.
Aye,
Aye.
it's
Oh, not okay.
No, that one. No, it's not that one. Fuck no.
Teenagers.
No.
Teenagers.
No.
That's not
That's
depressing.
the only
Aye.
three I know.
No, I think it's the only three I know as well, but it's no name. It was called something else, right? But anyway, they don't think you're listening to that, when in reality I'm listening to fucking Scotty Doesn't Know.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
yeah.
Lustra. Like, it's
See, 'cause- aye, sorry. For me,
not my shit.
I would never say I had an emo phase. I had a heavy gangster rap phase. I mean, as a child, like
Okay,
50 Cent, Eminem, NWA, Ice Cube, like I had all those CDs. I was like 8 and 9 listening to these, and then I had like my mum's Justin Timberlake. See, I loved Justin Timberlake back in the day. Michael Jackson bangers. Like, I had all these like weird access to like different types of music, like from a young age. Like it was going like gangster rap to like my mom's fucking Commitments album, and she's quite into like soul music and like 60s. So I've got all that influence. My dad's like he's obviously a Manx, so he's got all the Manchester bands and like what's that? Mick Hucknall's the lead singer. Simply Red and all that. I'm getting exposed.
Oh, is it? My dad loved it.
Aye, I got exposed to all that dead young. So then I was like, all my like cousins and that were getting into like 50 Cent everything at the same time. Because like even as a wee guy, all I did, it was like when it hit after like nighttime or bath time or whatever, I would run downstairs to this big massive hi-fi we had in the cupboard. And I was sticking these headphones like these, but obviously I was a wee guy, so they're about 3 sizes too big. I've got a photo somewhere around here. I don't know if it's here. Let me see. I've just turned the Xbox off. Oh, I do. I have it right here. The very image. Right.
Oh my
That's
god.
Oh, look at you jamming.
that's literally
Love it. Listening to 50 Cent.
yep. And I've
That's
got
so
a
funny.
tattoo. I've got a tattoo in my hand and my favourite stick for some reason.
Your favourite thing.
That's just a cool stick I probably
Oh,
found that day, you know. But like
That's so
that's literally me all the time. So I was like, I was listening to fucking rap constantly. I grew up with all the time, and then fucking first album I ever bought was Arctic Monkeys, and I say that was my first leap into indie.
Ah, right.
So I was just and emo or none of that pop punk or anything like that has, or I would say American stuff in a way.
Mhm.
It's always been kind of British based. Some obviously rap's American, but I'm just saying band wise, it was all British.
So, would you say that Justin Timberlake's your guilty pleasure artist?
No,
No?
no.
There's no guilt in it.
I'm not ashamed.
There's no guilt in it.
Yeah. Justin Trouser Snake.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Oh,
My guilty thing at the moment is fucking listening to fucking anime OSTs. Like the soundtracks
Oh,
from
God.
animes and all that shit. Because I'm like, some of them are just fucking hype as fuck. And like I was listening to JoJo Bizarre Adventures fucking theme song, and I was cutting fairways the other day at work, and I'm like, oh, here we go. It like woke me up. I'm like, and I'm like, yes. Here we go.
Oh,
It's fucking thirsty. And I'm listening to this pure, like, obviously Japanese tune, and I'm like, yeah. It's just pure. It was literally just pure hype. And then that's just getting me going. That's my guilty pleasure. What about everyone else's guilty pleasure to finish it off? And then we'll do
guilty
the
pleasure.
outro because it's going on for a while.
Probably a wee N-dubs number.
End-ups were class, man.
Aye, but I don't know. Like, see, when I was younger, like I fucking loved N-dubs, but like I went through a lot of phases, and I went through a fucking mad phase where I loved Pitman, N-dubs. I used to cut about with the fucking dappy hat and shit,
Stars
all
in your
different
eyes.
colours.
Star in the Hood. I had all that.
I Star in the Hood, loved it, absolutely loved it. I used to have a big, massive chipmunk poster in my room, and I've got a photo of me kissing it. Professor Green and everybody. And what is that? Riding my wave like a jet ski. Oh, who sings it? I can't remember, but I was right into stuff like that. But none of my pals fucking liked it. Like, Nathan liked it. I was made it to be a mad weirdo. Well, in school, like my brother's pals and that were all into it. But like, I know. So, N-dubs has always been a guilty pleasure. Nobody has ever approved of that in my life. Do you know what I mean?
N-dubs. N-dubs Sex is a fucking banger. I love that tune.
What's the one? It's the one that's on TikTok a lot right now, and it's like,
P boys. I'm sorry.
when I unique and what? Get the hell up off my baby.
Continue, Shannon, on you go. It's a fucking banger.
The song name. Oh, I can't remember the song name. I can't remember the rest of the lyrics now. But God bless N-dubs. I met them once. And Fraser's a prick.
Guilty pleasure artists. We spoke about it last night.
Tunes.
We spoke about it last night. Austin Mahone.
Oh, yeah. He's like a mad...
Who's that again? Who's that
mad
again?
Texas
The
guy.
Disney? The Disney again?
No.
He looks
No.
like a Disney man.
No, he just looks like a cowboy who got lost and ended up in Miami.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yes.
Yeah. He looks like a mad country singer, but he does like Miami type tunes where it's like
What does he sing?
Flow Rider and all that.
He's got you might actually.
Name?
He's got what About Love was in the charts, and then he's done a couple of songs with Pitbull. He's got a couple of songs with Florida.
Happy Billy.
A cowboy lost in Miami.
Aye.
I need to. I'm gonna listen to him after this. I can't think of who it is.
Josh, you're going to guilty pleasure artists.
Yeah, I didn't even think I got guilty pleasure. I'm not guilty. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not guilty of.
I'm a bit the same. Like, I don't
never-
really feel hiding anything I like.
I'll be
You know,
honest.
if I like it.
Oh no, as an adult,
I would not have said that Austin Malone was guilty pleasure until this year when he just turned into a bit of a weirdo and made an OnlyFans, but it was a very weird situation. And that's when I was like, right, hold on a minute. I've changed my tune.
Yeah,
I don't know
no,
about this. If like, he follows me on Twitter, so if this ever gets leaked on Twitter and you happen to see this, I still like your tunes, mate. I just think your OnlyFans is a wee bit sus.
Is
Sorry,
that
not
right?
sorry.
They're not doing.
We
like,
do
it-
support only.
anyone-
We do support OnlyFans creators, by the way. It's just
Yes,
this guy
it was
who's
just the
very-
fact that you were using it to promote your music. I just don't understand.
Especially if it would
Marketing.
probably wings.
marketing.
Aye.
All there.
Let me
all
let
there,
me just get.
rainbow marketing.
Aye, let me just strip down to my boxers and get two lassies here, make all these fans pay for my OnlyFans, but then I'll just use it to promote my music. I'll never actually show them anything.
What is he shagging these tunes or something?
That's what.
I don't
OnlyFans
know,
is meant to do,
but
just
I just
promote
saw that's what people on Twitter were complaining, that they'd paid for it and it wasn't what they
Never seen his
wanted.
balls.
Aye!
He's never even got his cock out.
Me and my wee cousin were talking about it, we're like, what the fuck is going on here? And I was like, oh, this is a dodgy
I had-
situation, man, I don't want to know about it.
If I had an OnlyFans and cunts were paying money, I would get my fucking wee pecker out. Jesus Christ.
Aye.
You've got to, they're
If I knew
paying
that you
money.
could get mega money and nobody would, like, my mom wouldn't be like, oh, fuck.
I don't
sake,
get-
Shannon,
I
you're doing
couldn't
it, you don't even get money for it. Do you know what I mean? If I could
My
just
mum
get
don't
mega
really
money,
care,
they'd
as
be
long
like,
as I was
"Ah,
making money.
aye, innit?
They literally wouldn't give a fuck.
Paying the
They'd go,
bills.
I was like, can you buy food? Yep. Can you pay your rent? Yep. Can you pay your council tax? Yep. Well, there you go.
There, on you go.
When you go,
The extra as well.
if you've got stuff to spare, can you donate to the cause? And I'd be like, yeah.
We have very different parents, guys.
Oh, mum always. She'd be like, on you go.
No, my mum does.
brothers
As
would
long as
disown
I'm
me, but That's something.
financially stable, they didn't care what I'm doing. As long as I can feed the dog.
That's what it matters.
That's the
Oh,
first thing they
my
ask.
life as well. Oh,
Anyway.
I want to change my guilty pleasure because I've got one that I actually am guilty of as an adult.
Yeah.
XXX Temptation. So
I wouldn't
guilty.
say
Like,
he's- I don't say he's a
I'm
guilty
guilty
pleasure.
that I enjoy his music, especially because everybody is not on board with him as a person.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I
Give a fuck
suppose.
about him as a person, but his tunes are fucking class.
I
I
love
do
his
enjoy
tunes
them.
as well. I don't have to agree with the person, but that's the
Yeah.
thing. This is an
Separate.
argument. Can you
Mhm.
separate the art from the artist? But we're not going to get into that because we're going to end it
Yeah.
soon.
Thank you.
Guilty pleasure.
I'll leave that for next time.
Leave that for
Actually,
controversy week.
discuss it in the comments if you're on YouTube.
Yes.
Discuss it.
Right. Well, I think
My
we'll end it there.
I'm not
anyway.
getting an answer. Sorry.
You said you didn't have
Ah,
one.
you said.
I did.
Wait, I just think you didn't have one.
I was
Who
going
do you
to
have
say,
on?
I was going to fill up. Wait, I say I've not really got one, but and then somebody fucking butted in
Oh,
and gave me.
sorry.
All right, again,
Oh,
jumping
okay.
in front of people. Sorry, Josh.
Go,
Know
go,
what I
go,
mean?
go, go.
Fucking no, it's fine. Fuck you.
Right, be a wimp.
Fucking on.
Be a bitch then.
I was going to say like I'm not guilty of liking them, but Carly Rae Jepsen and Dua Lipa release bangers, man. I could sit and listen to Dua Lipa all day.
True.
Carly Rae Jepsen, man, fuck me, she has got some tunes.
See, on the subject, I've found it a lot weird recently, right? Because I would say when I was younger, I have to admit I was like 100% sexist. Like, I'm not listening to a girl singer. Ew. I'm not listening to a
I was the same.
female. I'm not
No,
Like,
listening.
we never admit it.
I'm listening to men, boys.
Or no one else.
Like recently, like a lot, like getting into a lot of like female artists, like
Yeah.
Clairo, Pink
Clairo.
Panthers.
Clairo is
who
fucking
else?
class.
There's so many that I'm forgetting
Class.
just at the moment. But I was like, why was I so stupid back
Lips
then
was
to
good as
like
well, man.
deny myself the like listening to these music? Like,
I
it's
just
just,
think people are still like that though.
I know.
Actual adult
I
men.
know.
Adult men are like that.
No,
you just need to
it's-
grow a bit, and like, even if there's,
Themselves.
I wouldn't even say it's being in touch with your feminine side. It's just you're liking good music.
Yeah, yourself.
Do you know what I mean? Aye, it's like it's not even like
Cares.
you're just growing out of that immature mind state and like actually developing and being
Aye.
like,
Nah,
you know,
Dua Lipa is fucking
definitely.
class, man.
Dua Lipa's class.
I mean, I don't know if it'd be fucking social acceptable for me to go to a gig, but
No, mate, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd go.
I know.
It
I
would all
wouldn't
be
get.
boys anyway.
Aye.
Her songs are in FIFA.
No, have you seen?
I mean,
Do you remember this Scottish Vine and the guy's like, "I'm not going to see Katy Perry. She's shite." Next clip. California girls. Yes. That'd literally be me, and that
Aye.
has been me. Like,
That's so funny. I'm looking Katy Perry. She's shite.
he's getting gutty.
That was
That's
like, see, when I was
actually
younger,
gag
like, it's still a music thing. When we were younger, they took my sister to see the High School Musical, like, on stage, and I was like, oh, I don't want to fucking go fucking, no, she was going stage fucking.
Yeah.
Because I was
Very
young at the
similar.
time,
I
I
was
was
very
too young
similar.
for them. I was only about 12, so I was probably too young for my dad to leave me in the house. Plus, it was in like Edinburgh, and so I was at Glasgow, Edinburgh, one of the two, and I went to it, and I fucking loved it. And I'm sitting there at one point, and I'm here like vibing to the tunes. And my dad's like, "Are you liking that, wee man?" I'm like, "No, I'm not liking. I'm liking fucking." I fucking loved it. It was banging, man.
Yeah, I fucking loved High School Musical. I'm not gonna fucking lie. That shit banged. 1, 2, and 3 bangers.
used to act on my out in my pal's living room. Me and him. He fucking loved it, man.
And
Me, the
breaking
Douglas
free.
biscuit.
Breaking free. Just give it Dougie's biscuit. Jesus.
Oh, hey, man.
Animal abuser.
Excuse me, I played the fucking huddles, man.
Her dog's been a right wee weirdo recently, man. He's acting like an absolute wee tit.
Oh
He
my
plays
god,
with
this
toys,
is
he
a
doesn't
video
play
your wee dog.
normally.
It was so funny.
Still doing it, he was doing it
Barking at
today.
them, but like doing a mad
Oh.
weird grunt.
But he's got this.
Funny.
He's got this. It's this wee like it's a wee toy.
Keon, you
It's
can
wee-
keep trying, but I don't think he's doing it.
Shake it, it makes a funny noise. It's no squeaky. It makes like a when you shake it, and he's no sure on it.
Alright.
Because when he bumps it, it'll make the noise, and he goes, and he'll go to bite it, and then he's got like wee kind of like grips on
Aye.
it, so he'll get weird. But you see
Yeah,
that
all the
video
time.
the video didn't catch it. So
Uh-huh.
just I start recording. He goes like that, grabs it, and just fucking launches it across it. Fucking
I
He's doing
love
it a
that.
day of noise. I fucking see what he loves to do. See like the lids off of like your washing stuff.
Yeah.
Like you put the liquid into it, mate. He just appears. I don't know where he gets them from. He just appears with it, and he's like,
Be careful with
but
that.
because when he bites it, it sets off. So you set off, and you kick it and all that. Man, it's funny as fuck. As long as he doesn't chew it, it's alright.
Yes, right. We'll end the podcast here on a tangent about
Yeah,
dogs.
fucking-
Aye,
aye.
No, everyone,
Just 'cause
thanks
Caitlin
for
was keeping it up.
watching. Thanks for listening to us talk shite about music for about 2 hours, I'm guessing. A lot of
Okay,
editing
yeah.
for the boys. So remember
Am I washing it?
to like,
Okay.
comment, and subscribe. And also check out the merch store, which will be in the description. And the podcast will be on Spotify and Apple Music. Isn't that right, boys?
Correct.
If Apple did behaves itself this week,
Yes, if it behaves itself. And as we mentioned in a tweet, there'll be no gaming videos this week because my computer won't update, so I can't get Premiere Pro.
To work.
So we're working on it, but it'll happen. So again, thanks for listening, and I'll see you boys later on. Good day.
Bye.